Are you looking for sports knowledge?
I always liked on-base percentage. I was a big on-base percentage guy. Because there were some kids you would look out and go, damn, that kid is always on base.
Passion?
Weapons, weapons, weapons. How excited. I'm fired up for that.
Accountability?
Hello, my fellow ladies and gents. It's ye old fraud slayer back with yet another fraud slate.
Loyalty?
One all-around basketball player, rebounding, assists, everything. I'm taking LeBron James.
Strategy?
We go legit sleeper guys, but I think Kyler Murray's going to have a ridiculous year this year.
Mixed with laughter? While keeping it real?
Well, I did because I'm one of the only one that's realistic. He stinks.
The K&K Sports Show starts now.
And we are live. Yes, Petro, I'm wearing a Bronco hoodie. How bad is that?
Oh, I thought it was a Houston Astros hoodie. I mean, that's still kind of bad, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
just gotta support your guys. I'm all for it. I'm a Redskins fan.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm a football team fan.
Yep. Do you realize what's sad right now is I'm on the panel. Mr. Beelan has joined us early tonight. And Mr. Kirkpatrick and Jim has. What is Jim? Jim has 2 more wins than me, Petro, Beelan, and Kenny combined. How disgusting is that on this panel? That's a joke.
It's not. I feel for you guys. Like, you look forward to football. It sucks. You look forward to the weekend. Like, if it wasn't for gambling in fantasy football.
I know. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. How are you, Mr. Sick? Oh, by the way, I got breaking news that nobody on this panel knows. I received a phone call. By the way, the boy, Dale and Dale Jr. saying hello. But I received a phone call tonight that I am going to reveal at 8:30 live on the air. And somebody on this panel is in major, and I mean major trouble. That's all I'm going to say.
It ain't me.
And it's not me. So somebody on this panel at 8:30, I don't know what the hell you're going to do, but you better run because this message, which I'm going to play at 8:30, it's bad. So how are you, Mr. Sickinger? Are you high as
Listener of the program, Victor Kellett. I was his sponsor at his confirmation the other day, so he got me a nice Kansas City Chief. What does that say on the back? Super Bowl champion Tervis. Victor Kellett, friend of the program and watcher of the show. Thank you, my friend. Keep my cup of tea nice and warm.
Awesome. And Mr. Beelan, how are you tonight? Joining us early.
Awesome. Braves won earlier. We can talk about that later. Nice win. But let's go. On early tonight.
Petro, Yanks are on now. You fired up for tonight or?
I'm good, man. Riding high off that win last night. That was a good one last night.
Yes,
man.
it was. Yes, it was. And Mr. Kirkpatrick rocking the Yankee hat.
Yeah, disgraceful that the first thing mentioned on our show is Broncos. You got the Chiefs, the Super Bowl champions, on the panel tonight. A huge Yankee win and a huge Brave win, and you bring up the Broncos.
Well, it's something I got. I have nothing else to root for this year. I mean, come on.
Get it over with. Hopefully we didn't lose our whole audience, guys, in the first 5 seconds of the show.
Hey, Kurt, if the Broncos were winning, where's that sign he has where he puts the word usually in front? He'd have Broncos 3-0.
That sign's
I can't believe they're playing. I can't believe they're playing in this rain. See this?
Yeah, look at that. That's bad.
That's awesome.
Gary Giordano, check it in.
That's baseball.
Been bold
Did we learn anything from Jabba Chamberlain and the midges in Cleveland? This looks bad. He's pitching in a hurricane right now.
See this?
Step back off the mound.
I'll tell you this though. This is bad for the Yankees because they got to get him in tonight because there's no way if they play like an inning and they get rid of this, he can't pitch tomorrow, will he?
No,
right?
I don't think they would have started this game up if they feel like if they were gonna have a big rain delay all night.
Guys, couple more comments, Kenny. Gary Giordano should have been Bulls balls. I guess meaning the first. I know what that's implying too. Jenny Hoops is saying hello from Twitter, and Virilli's saying, "How about my Bears, man? I forgot they're 3-0, guys. The Bears are 3-0.
We're gonna start with NFL tonight. but they're hot.
So Kenny, go over what we got going on tonight. What's on the agenda?
A little of everything. The NFL, college football. We'll do that in the first hour. We're going to have Nick. I believe Nick will be joining us later again for his Stanley Cup review and overall thoughts on the NHL season.
Okay.
A little short NBA Finals talk. LeBron back in the dance.
Petro's boy.
And then last but certainly not least, most important this week, the MLB Playoffs started, and what a great start. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
And a little Yankee debate later with Kurt, and I think he's tagging Beelan along on his team against the dynamic Yankee duo there, Coach and Petro, and I'll be the moderator for that.
Nice.
I'm sure Kurt will be getting muted about a dozen times during that little segment.
Okay.
I do better than last night.
Hopefully. All right, so let's start. Let's go with a recap. Give me Beelan. Let's start right out of the gate. What is any surprises from last Sunday for you?
Football?
Yeah, football. Any surprise?
The Bears, if you want to start with them.
Well, is it the Bears or the failure again? By the way, the Yankees are down 1-0.
I know Kevin's a huge Monster fan, but honestly, that 3-0 it should be 0-3.
Hey, but they're 3-0 though.
And it is. But so I am surprised. I mean, I was actually a little bit more shocked of how Miami played on Thursday, not Sunday, but Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, they're not a bad team if you look at them and see how they've been playing lately. But tarp's coming back out.
I believe it's. I don't
now
know.
they bring the tarp out.
Dale's saying, how about those?
What a joke,
Jimmy.
That's a joke.
Guys, couple comments. Dale saying, how about those Chiefs, Jimmy?
Does Kurt hear me?
Yeah, okay. I didn't hear it. Okay, you want to read the
No. Go, Kurt. No, you're reading the comments. I'm just making sure they're all read.
Okay. Bob Caputo saying, gentlemen, good evening. I hope you all better behave in your arguing than the two knuckleheads last night.
No way.
Frankie, our guy Frankie from Millburn, Mr. Frankie Bafuco, you are what your record says you are. So there's the thing with the Bears.
He's not Frankie from Millburn. He's Frankie from Kearney, who teaches in Millburn but lives in Lyndhurst. Let's get that right.
Okay, he gets these a little of everything.
That's a hike.
So, Petro, what do you got, Petro?
Kevin really saying a win is a win, and he's absolutely right.
Yeah. Dale Jr.'s all fired up saying Baltimore who. We'll get into that in a second. But Petro, what's your surprise? Anything over the last weekend?
Philly, man, they're just so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think that they were going to be this bad. Like I honestly thought they always find the way to usually like hang around and compete for the division at the end, and but man, they're bad. They're worse than my team, and we're bad.
Hey, Petro, I do want to say I am surprised that the Redskins are in first place.
All right, but Petro, I have a question for you. Petro is and this is not saying this, but is Carson Wentz's job on the line soon over there?
Yes.
No, because no, because who are you going to put in over there?
Jalen
like,
Hurts.
What do you?
Hurts.
They drafted him high.
Yeah, and they also drafted Bryce Love high, and how's that looking so far? Because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is giving up that job anytime soon.
No,
That's between Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz.
Yeah, but they gave Carson Wentz all that money, and I don't think they're going to have all that money sitting on the bench. So I don't know. Philly would probably be my one surprise, and I think the Bears. I think everyone is just as surprised about the Bears as I am. I guess you could say the other team too that's like kind of surprising. Buffalo game was awesome.
Yeah,
that game was awesome. God, Josh Allen, that kid is legit.
By the way, that was not a pass interference call. Let's call it what it is.
It was something, maybe illegal something.
No, come on. That's hard.
But here's the question, getting back to Philly, though, Petro, right? Can you imagine, if there were fans in that building? I mean, they'd be booing the hell out of that team. They're lucky that they haven't had fans.
Yeah, that would be tough. That wouldn't be good.
Hey, few more comments, Kurt. Dale, I believe it's Dale Senior, Dale Jr. saying Chiefs, Baltimore who? Frankie from Kearney. Dale Panulo's also saying, Jimmy, nobody gave them a shot. Frankie Six saying always. Dale saying Vikings are a big surprise. Hey, yeah. I don't want to get into them. That was my.
Ken, you know what game jumped out at me, Ken? I had to look twice. Detroit beating the Cardinals.
Yes, me too.
Like, I had to look twice at that.
It's
like,
why I don't trust them, Jim. I don't trust them. Not Vance Joseph.
Boy, I tell you what, man. Didn't see no one saw that coming.
Nope.
No one. And if they did, they're lying.
You actually know what another surprise was? That they played well, but it's like contradicting how bad the Saints are, not with Michael Thomas.
Yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah.
They score points, but they are bad. Like they have like a couple of years ago, Breeze with no names, like it was good, but now it's like he's shaking in his boots.
He's getting killed by the media right now.
Yeah.
Like, the clock's expired. You can't do this. You can't do that. And somebody said, yeah, you know what? It's a lot easier when you have Michael Thomas turning those 10, 15-yard plays into 40-yard plays. We say that all the time. Quarterbacks get killed, but then again, verbally, they get paid the money to take that shit and get killed when the team's doing good and or bad. And, kudos. Did anybody think Packers would be 3-0 and Rodgers would be slinging it all over the field?
Nope.
You know what? 2-1 maybe, John, but 3-0, right? We look at it, but just you gotta love Rodgers' cockiness.
Aaron Rodgers playing as well as he is doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely.
And didn't have Adams either. Remember that.
And see, that's the thing, John and Kenny. I'm going to get to you. And Jim, I'm going to hold off to you because we'll get to the Chiefs in a second. But, Kenny, I'm going to ask you, that's why, Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't have Devontae Adams. It's like no names. He just makes these guys he makes them. He doesn't matter who he's with. They were saying, can you imagine if Beckham got traded there? It would just be insane. Because they were saying that's one of the teams Beckham. I don't think they're going to trade him now, but imagine Beckham with Aaron Rodgers. He's throwing in no names.
Antonio Brown's available.
Right, Antonio Brown.
He'll be available. Hey, Kurt, they had a good story the other day. I don't know if you guys heard this about Lazard. When Lazard first came up and he broke out and he was having all those great games, it was one of those he thought his shit didn't stink, and he got lazy and this and that and everything else, and they ended up putting him on the practice squad and really burying him. And then once they started bringing him back up and he got activated again, Rodgers wouldn't throw him the ball. What does that say?
Packers. I got every team that's winning their division for a bet. Packers are there.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, what surprised you over the weekend? Before I get back to the Super Bowl
championship, guys hit all the games right on the button, but I think I'll throw one other one out there. Carolina going into San Diego without McCaffrey after San Diego almost beat the Chiefs. They went in there. You could say that's a little surprise, but they could have easily tanked it, and they went out there and they beat the Chargers. Mike Davis, he balled. He ran the rock. He was catching the ball. He was all over the place, taking McCaffrey's place. So they didn't lose much. They lost McCaffrey, yes, but they didn't lose much of their offensive planning. And they went out to the West Coast and they beat up on the Chargers.
Okay.
2 victories, right?
Let's just get to the big one now, all right? Because Dale's on, and we got our guy on the panel, all right? Sickinger, I'm going to ask you first off, give us a review of what happened Monday night. And then the second question, can anybody beat your Chiefs?
I told everybody on this panel, and I told you guys, Petro, and I said I had a bad feeling about our defense. And even up until kickoff, I was like, I still had a bad feeling. When Baltimore went down the field running that RPO, I was like, is this going to happen all night long? And then, you know what? We talked about this. One of the reasons why the RPO, remember when Kaepernick first started doing it, they were like, the quarterback's going to take a beating. Spagnuolo started telling him, if they do that, hit him. Make him pitch the ball. And then you saw Lamar a couple times. He went to the line, and they were just had somebody dogging him, and then they were just pasting him. Brian Baldinger does a thing. You guys see on Instagram where he breaks stuff down? It's a great thing. If you don't watch on Instagram, and he showed it. You know, Spagnuolo told him every time he does an RPO, hit him, make him pitch the ball. That helped. 97 yards. He looked shaky throwing the ball. I mean, we got beat up defensively. The kid Snead broke his collarbone in the second quarter. You know what? We got Travarius Ward with his hand in a cast. I was like, I thought they were just going to run all over us, throw all over us. But you know what? They did a great job defensively, which I don't think anybody saw coming, myself included. Offensively, I knew we'd put some points up. I mean, that kid is just – there's not enough superlatives for him.
No. I'll be honest, and I just think when we watch now, and I know we argue every week about quarterbacks, and we're going to get into – Kenny wants to get into his Kip saying hit the quarterback. It was a great game plan. And we're going to get into our top 5 quarterbacks in order so far this year, but it really just shows how it's like Mahomes on another level with Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. And it's just no one else is even close. And
I'm going to be honest, Kurt. I think it's Pat Mahomes, and even as good as Russell and Aaron Rodgers is playing, he's in a league of his own right now, man.
He is. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
He is. I'll tell you, that game, first of all, what a nightmare to try and defend against, because you got like that one formation they ran where they had Hilaire at quarterback, Tyreek Hill at running back, and Mahomes
spread out
wide.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to do? Like, there's nothing that you could do to stop that team. It's scary. And anything they threw at him, he just beat it.
How about the offensive line, Michael? The offensive line did an awesome job.
And they were missing Wiley, and they were missing the kid opted out for the season. They have 2 of their starting offensive linemen not playing in that game.
It's scary because I'm going to tell you, a team like Baltimore is just, they're the most blitz team like probably in the last 10 years. They man up, they come get you, and they just had no answer for this. It was scary. It was really scary.
That throw that he made to Tyreek Hill over Marcus Peters, and Marcus Peters couldn't cover Tyreek Hill any better.
No, nobody can cover. So let me just get with this.
He dropped that ball in. It was one of the most beautiful passes I've ever seen in my entire life. It was unreal. They were like 13 for 15 on third down. It's like any time that you thought Baltimore was going to get a stop, Mahomes would reach into his bag and pull something out. It was unbelievable.
I'm going to say this, and I don't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody in school. Or I remember,
man, Jim.
And I was saying, I think honestly, like not only that he's the best quarterback now, I think he has a chance to be a top 5 quarterback of all time. That's how good I think he is. I
said the same exact thing. I said the same exact thing during the game to one of my buddies.
He is.
I think that right now we are witnessing what could possibly be the greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah. If he can keep this up, obviously he's got to keep it up.
Right.
But what he's doing, and I know it's a different time that they throw a lot more now, and it's a different kind of game. So everyone will factor that in when they're saying Montana and them didn't throw this many. It doesn't matter. The skill set of what this kid does. Listen, he doesn't even, he doesn't look athletic. You know how you look at him and you're like, this kid's not going to be able to when they blitz him and he gets out on the edge, he can just outrun everybody too. And he showed it in that. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
He was a shortstop in high school. You know what? I mean, when they talk about him flying his hips open, you could tell a lot of those are like double play feeds, and like the stuff that he does is really creatively athletic. And let's talk about this, Kenny, JB. As far as coaching, Andy Reid is just like, it's like watching schoolyard football. When he threw the underhand shuttle pass to Sherman, the sausage, I was just like, wow. But that play, they had one where they had 4 guys lined up in a row, and then one guy goes in motion. They had a triple stack. The one with Mahomes, I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, Mahomes is receiver. What the hell's going on here? Yeah. What are we doing? And it was whoop, 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 and they throw the ball and still gain 5 yards.
Kenny, I'm interested in this with the same game, and I'll go Kenny, Beal, Petro, Jim. Okay, it came down to Mahomes, Lamar Jackson showdown, and obviously that was no contest. But a lot of criticism because, and I'll start with Kenny because you're in that area, and I know a lot of your good friends are Baltimore fans. But Lamar Jackson, there's concern again now because it showed, listen, 2 years ago in a playoff game, they couldn't even, they wouldn't even call passing plays for him. Last year in that Tennessee game when they got behind, they're saying now he gets behind 10, 14 points. He can't come back. He's not a passer. Kenny, is there concern, in your opinion, is there concern with him? Can you win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson?
Speaking for the Ravens fans, they're not concerned, but I am. I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm concerned because he can't win the big game, in my opinion. He's lost 2 years in a row in the playoffs. Every time he's in the Chargers, he didn't show up. The Chiefs, he didn't show up. Last week, he didn't show up. He's the best in fantasy football. He'll get you those numbers in fantasy football as a quarterback. But so far in the big game, he has not showed me it. So I would be a little worried if I was a Ravens fan going forward.
Beelan, what do you think?
No. Concerned? Come on, man. He's 0-3 versus, like you said, Pat Mahomes is his kryptonite. He's 0-3 versus them. He's 21-1
against everyone.
But the Chargers, they did him in the playoffs, John, is the point I'm making. The Chargers, they did to him in the playoffs.
But again, it's 1 year it happened. Like 1 year.
But here's the thing, John, where I agree with Kenny is, and the knock on him has always been, and the knock on not even on him, just on that system is, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with a running quarterback. He's going to have to he had to throw the ball Monday night and he couldn't do it. He played out. Listen, no disrespect to the Chiefs, but the Chiefs aren't a top 5 defense. He couldn't do it. I mean, the Chiefs made him complete. He had 97 yards throwing the ball. I mean, that's not good in a big game.
I'm with you, but if his team goes 14-2 for the year, you're really going to say something? He might not even play. Who knows what happens in the playoffs? Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs can go down the first week that they play. They're going to get a bye or whatever, but they can get taken out. And then what happens? He doesn't have to see him, but then he's 21-1 against everybody else.
Dale Sr. is saying that they shut Lamar Jackson down to 97 yards. I didn't mean to cut you off, John. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, yeah, they shut him down. Listen, you have an off day. I mean,
here's the thing, though. A lot of it's a copycat league. So when teams, and I know Briggs always said this, and it's true, the smartest guys in the league are defensive coordinators because they always have something and they shut it down. They find an answer. And if they could shut that Baltimore running game down and take him out and make him a passer, you have to be worried about because he cannot do it. He has shown he can't do it.
Remember this, though. You're talking about passing. He'll kill you on the run. And you could see last year, he wasn't a crazy passer last year. His team still went 14-2 last year.
I was just going to say he threw for 36 touchdowns last year.
No, I know, but he only threw for 3,000 yards.
But I'm saying, do you have confidence?
You want to know what, guys? I'm comparing this to a guy Jim can't stand, A-Rod. A-Rod used to put up the numbers, but when it came to the big spot, he wasn't there.
Well, you can't really hold that first playoff game against Lamar. He didn't start the whole year. He kind of went. He didn't even start that game.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco started that game against the Chargers. Joe Flacco got hurt, and then Lamar came in, and Lamar, he was kind of thrown into the fire in that one. So I don't really hold that against them. Last year, the Titan game, they came out, and I watched the Bussin' with the Boys podcast, and they had RG3 on. So it's a great podcast on Barstool. It's Will Compton and Tyler Lewin do it, and RG3 talked about that game last year, and he said, listen, they were riding high, and he felt that bye week hurt them because they were riding so high that they came out flat, and Tennessee just literally came out and ran it down their throat, and you blinked, and they were up so big that in a game like that, you could sit back on Lamar. You'll give him the underneath stuff. And in a situation like that, he's not going to beat you because I just don't think he's at that level where he obviously doesn't have the arm that Mahomes and Rodgers and Wilson and them have.
But here's what scares me.
I'll put it this way real quick, Kurt.
Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm going to ask everybody. I know Beelan's answer already. Would you take Lamar Jackson or Dak Prescott right now? Because I feel like where would you guys go with this? Kurt, would you take Lamar or Dak?
Lamar.
You're such a hypocrite.
I would take Lamar.
So you just told me that Lamar Jackson can't throw, but you're going to take Lamar.
Well, again, I personally, I don't think either one of them you're going to win a Super Bowl with either one of them. But if I had to go, I would go with Lamar Jackson. I mean, Kenny, what would you do?
I'm going
with that. Jim?
No comment. I'm not going against Kurt.
You have to. He's going to go against you later on with the Yankee debate. Come on.
I'm going Dak because
I gotta go Dak also, and I'm a Lamar guy. I think the kid is going to be really good. I just think he just needs a little more time. Listen, to be fair too, he doesn't really have like great weapons to throw the ball to. That's why I'm a firm believer, and I'm holding on to him on my fantasy team.
Oh my God, Kip is saying Dak to the Jets. Let's go. Oh,
hey,
I wish.
Get into that.
I wish he does. I want to see Beelan live with that for the next 5 years.
I would love it.
I'm going to get into that later because I would love for Daniel Snyder to pull out his wallet and say, screw you, Jerry Jones. I'm going to take Dak on my team, and then you got to play against him twice a year. I would love every second of that. But, I think everyone just needs to pump the brakes on Lamar because he's – listen – the kid's legit, and it's one bad game. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was a big game. It was a big game, I'm sure. But listen, I said it. Kansas City should not have been an underdog in that game. That was so crazy to me. I couldn't believe it. It's not like you were going into Baltimore with Baltimore fans. I don't care. You were going into an empty stadium. It's like you were doing an inter-squad scrimmage. Okay, there's no way Kansas City should have been favored.
But you know what?
If anything, it should have been a pick'em.
But I'm a believer in this, guys. And again, disagree with me or not. And I said this 2 weeks. To me, that game was like house money for the Chiefs. That was everything for Baltimore. Baltimore looked in that mirror and said, "Can't beat this team, man. We can't beat this team. We couldn't beat them. They're not. Listen, there's no way they're going Arrowhead and beating that team come January. There's no shot of that happening." No shot.
Jim, did you see what Mahomes did when he counted 1, 2, 3, 4 on his hand? Did you hear what it was about?
I don't know. Maybe how many?
Keep saying he'll be right back.
They said he counted 1, 2, 3, 4 because when the NFL Top 100 came out, the players voted him 4th best player in the NFL.
Just nuts.
So he counted 1, 2, 3, 4, so everybody could see it. Oh,
that's
awesome.
You know what?
That's
like an Aaron Rodgers kind of like move. Like, you know what? I'm not going to yell and scream about it. I'm just going to do it. I'll flash the 4. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, figure it out. Yeah, some people some people outwardly have to motivate themselves, and other people get that inner fire burning, and just say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you. And he's a different type of dude. You know what? You could just tell everything about him. I mean, it's just,
It's that Brady swag. He has that Tom Brady swag. And he does, though, because Tom Brady was the same way. Tom Brady, no matter what, he felt like he was the best player on that field at all times.
Right, but
no matter what.
But honestly, Patrick Mahomes, and this is where like that whole Super Bowls and everything, there's just Tom Brady has never been 1/3 of what Patrick Mahomes is now.
I completely agree.
It's not even close.
Skill-wise,
it's not even close.
Skill-wise, absolutely.
And you're seeing it now you're actually just seeing it. And again, let's get into this, Kenny, because you had a good topic we want to get into. And I'll start with you tonight, Kenny. Who are your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL today? Again, not fantasy guys, not stat guys.
Just the top 3. Just the first 3 weeks.
Guys.
First 3 weeks we're doing. Not in general, first 3 weeks. I'm going to start a controversy, and I'll explain why I'm putting this guy number 1 in a second. Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Wilson, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. Reason why I'm putting Rodgers number 1 is because he lost Devontae Adams. Look what he did with the Saints. This is just for the first 3 weeks now. This isn't career. This isn't he had no Devontae Adams. They couldn't stop him in the world.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you asking a question of who are the top 5 in See, I'm gonna answer it. If I had to pick my top 5 quarterbacks in the league who I could have on my team, I'm gonna go like that. Is that what you want?
No, top 5 right now after 3 weeks in the so far this season. Because we can always.
I feel like it would be the same
quarterback.
I feel like it would
I'm talking about so far this
same
year.
answer, right?
Yeah,
it would be close to the same.
Everybody's going to be close to the same, but there's a couple different ones on the 4 and 5, I think. I don't know if people are going to have Lamar in there. I did this because I wanted to see if you all still have Lamar Jackson in there as top 5.
Okay.
Lamar's not in mine. He's right on the outside, though.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go next.
All right, go ahead, Petro.
I got Mahomes number 1, Russell Wilson number 2, Josh Allen number Aaron Rodgers number 3, Josh Allen 4. And Dak Prescott number 5.
Dale saying Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Rodgers, and Allen, and the other Dale saying Mahomes, Russell, Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, Murray. Beelan, what do you got?
That's another good one. He's playing very well right now.
Russell Wilson 1, Mahomes 2. I'm gonna go Dak 3, Rodgers 4, and Lamar 5.
Okay.
First one with Lamar in there.
You hate Josh Allen.
I don't think he's that good. I don't. He's played 3 teams that were complete trash, and
whoa! Complete trash! You said the Rams are the best defense in football.
No,
and
right.
we're off.
2 games. Sorry. And by the way, should have lost that game. That wasn't pass interference. I'll say that all night. Stop. Got robbed.
Oh, God.
Got robbed. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to answer mine before I get to Jim. And I'm going to do mine different. I'm doing mine is who I would want on my team and who I trust. Okay? Mahomes, Wilson, Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Those 5.
But that was totally different than the question.
Okay,
though.
so if I had
the first 3 weeks of the season.
Okay, first 3 weeks. Okay, I'll answer it. Mahomes.
It's Lamar in top 5 so far this year.
Okay, Mahomes, Wilson, Rodgers, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray.
I just wanted to know if Lamar was there. That was it.
No, he's not.
Fair.
So Jim. Hard, I mean, when you look at this, guys, the Steelers are 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what? But a lot of times we're enticed by records, right? Everybody should say, "Hey, they're 3-0. They got to be doing something right." What is it? The system? What is it? The quarterback? What is it? A combination of things? Yeah. When we talk about Mahomes being that good, man, he's in a great system. When Sammy Watkins runs a 4.39, is the 3rd fastest receiver on your team, and you got Kelsey who catches everything. Another point I wanted to bring back the other night: what happened to Mark Andrews, the tight end? Like that guy's his bread and butter. He just couldn't connect with him all night long. The guy dropped
that one right in the end zone. He had that.
That was a good ball.
Supposedly he's hurting too.
That was a good ball.
Best coordinator in football, Jim. Mr. Spagnuolo.
But you know what? You talk about now all these people want speed. Like, Kurt was talking about speed with Jerry Jeudy and all these guys. Oh, it's a copycat league. Henry Ruggs, he's already hurt with the Raiders. Like all these guys. It's one thing to have speed, but it's another thing to put the game plan together. You talk about great quarterbacks, you need a great coach. Bill Walsh was able to look and go, all right, I got Montana, Rice, this guy, that guy. Let me do all the right things. I know I'm getting a little off topic, but I think it kind of comes circling back when you talk about these quarterbacks. You know what? I suffered through Alex Smith. Alex Smith coined the term
game manager.
Alex Smith, who never threw the ball further than 20 yards down the field. I had to live through that.
Now, Verrilli's making a good point, Jim, because I think somebody brought up Big Ben, and he's saying he thinks Big Ben, too, with a top 5, and he's saying that he doesn't have much. That's a difference for Big Ben, because he's always had the Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bells, and he doesn't.
I disagree. I think he does have a good offense.
He's got Juju, James Conner in the backfield.
Well, James Conner plays as much as me and you. He gets hurt after every 2 carries. He's out for 2 weeks.
Eric Ebron's a pretty good tight end. They got weapons there.
Yeah, they got some, but not like they always do.
Offense. I think that's an underrated offense.
And not for nothing, the Steelers, They barely just won all 3 of their games too.
Well, and Gary Giordano just answered it though. Hodges and Mason Rudolph had that Steelers team 8 wins last year. That defense is phenomenal. It is
phenomenal. They are.
It is.
They are.
It is.
They're great. And like Beelan said, listen, they played the Giants week 1. They go in against Denver. What's his name? Drew Lock goes out. So I mean, come on, you're not going to lose that game,
right?
And they lost the Texans game.
Yeah, and I mean the Texans. I'll
tell you this. That jury.
They miss DeAndre Hopkins.
Absolutely. So here, this was my last point with the quarterbacks because look at Aaron Rodgers, and again they take away Devontae Adams. That guy's still lighting up the world. You take Hopkins away from Deshaun Watson. They should have never gave him that money either. Because listen, he's still got Fuller, Cooks, Cobb. They can't win. They can't win games.
I'll just say one thing about the Steelers. Be careful. The Giants had them on the ropes.
No, wait. What'd you just say, Kenny?
Be careful about the Steelers.
Be careful, right?
With their defense.
Guys,
the Giants had them on their ropes before that interception in the end zone.
Guys, it's 8:30, and I have to play this now because I just got another text that if this is not played, something's going to happen. And Jim, you're going to know where this is coming. So I'm going to try to play this out loud for you because somebody on this panel is in major trouble. Okay, Jim, are you ready for this? And then I want you to tell the person, Jim, what's going on.
Kenny, this is the Dark Punisher. I want my masks. You have exactly 1 week. If not, I will come down to Prince Frederick, Maryland, and take my masks. If I have to do that, you will be wearing a mask permanently.
Wow.
Was that Donald Trump?
Jim, do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
Jim,
that's why I don't watch The Masked Singer because I suck at this.
Jim, do you know who that is? Who does Kenny owe a mask to?
Me? You? I'm drawing a blank.
He's one of our comments. He's one of our commenters.
Post office tomorrow, Dark Punisher.
He's a Chief fan,
right
Jim.
Here.
He's a Chief fan.
Dale?
Dark Punisher.
Does
Chief fan?
He don't know what he's playing with, Kenny, Jim.
Oh, Dale, you know what? Ken.
There it is. There it is. You better get that out tomorrow.
I got one more to show the Dark Punisher.
You better get that out.
Beelan, if you want one, let me know.
Okay. See, that's progress.
Kenny, I just
don't play with the Dark Punisher. I might play with
Jim, tell him about the Dark Punisher, Jim.
Whoever that is.
That guy will have. If Dale's working 3 to 11 shift, he has no problem punching out at 11 and driving down to Maryland.
The only problem, Dark Punisher, is you got that guy running the show here. He ain't no idea, even though he's been to Prince Frederick, he has no idea how to get to Prince Frederick.
I don't know,
he'll send you to Ohio, the wrong direction.
You know what? All Kurt has to do is give him something to sniff at your scent on, and he'd be like, all right, I'll find him.
That's it. That's it.
Right?
Oh, God. All right, so let's get to this real quick because Jim's not in this segment because obviously he's not going to he'll never be in this conversation. But Petro, it's going to be Petro, Kenny, myself, and Beelan because all our teams are bad. And Kenny's question tonight is, if your team has the first pick, are you drafting Trevor Lawrence, Mr. Beelan?
I would say this. It's a little toughy to answer. I'd say.
Well, we're saying you're speaking on the Jets' behalf, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say yes. On 2 things has to happen. I need a new head coach. I don't care. I need a new head coach.
I think that's going to happen regardless.
I hope it does. I just said that before.
By the way, Gary Giordano saying I'm still waiting for some deep fried rice pudding balls. This show should be called IOU instead of K&K. Who owes him deep fried rice pudding balls? Is that Petro?
Oh, the gift card. Oh, the gift card. The gift card for when he won the week.
From Beelan.
I gotta get it.
That's
I'll take care of it.
We should go tomorrow, by the way. But anyways,
I'll take care of it.
Hold on. So, I need a new head coach.
Junior's saying good night, guys. Time for bed. He's got to be up at 5. Always a good time. Let's go, Chiefs. All right, go ahead, Beelan. I'm sorry.
I need a new head coach. If I don't get a new head coach, no, I'm not drafting him. 2, if we do get a new head coach, I got to see what I get for Darnold. I mean, I'm not taking like a 5th-round pick for Darnold. I need something a little bit better.
1 year left.
2 years.
2. It's not 1 in an option.
It's 1 option, but if you
but
go
he
into
can get extended next year, right?
You're going to be giving them, yeah.
So yeah, I can go either 2 different ways. I can say, and it also depends on what you do. I mean, like you said, we brought up Dak or something. If Dak's available and the Jets want to throw some wild card stuff out there and go and take him, then you could do with that first pick. You can either trade it. You can go get what's his name from LSU who opted out.
Jamar Chase.
Imagine Dak and him and maybe a free So there's a whole bunch of different things. But if I had to pick, if I had to do a 1st-round pick, yeah, I would definitely take Trevor Lawrence.
Okay,
even though I like Justin Fields better, but
no way. Kenny, you're the Giants are on the clock. Next year, you get the number 1 pick. You got Daniel Jones in the wings. See, isn't this a nice problem, Jim, not to have? You don't have to worry about this garbage.
No.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I think I'm stockpiling. I'm taking an open audition on who wants them the most. And I'm going to load up on 1st-round draft picks and maybe a stud player in return, as well. One of their stud players. If you want Trevor Lawrence that bad, what are you going to give me? If there's no offers that blow me out of the water, then I'll take him and start a quarterback controversy.
Do you guys think he's really that good?
Yeah.
I think I'm stockpiling if I have the number 1 pick and loading up on future.
I'd like to see, once again, with him, Kenny, I'd like to see him play more against light competition. I'm just not 100% sold on that kid yet. Some of these guys just pass the eye test immediately. Like, you look at him and you're like, oh, yeah.
But Jim, when they said the scouts came out and they said in the past, 40 years, it's been Elway, Manning, Andrew Luck, and Trevor Lawrence. He's a can't miss.
We've heard that a lot on a lot of people.
If we go 1-15, 0-16, and Daniel Jones is a big problem of that, a lot of fumbles again this year, then maybe, yes, I am going to take him. But if you ask me right now, I'm stockpiling.
What about you, Petro? Redskins, you get the number 1 pick.
You can't not take him. But like I said, here's the thing. When we traded up for RG3, that was the 2nd pick in the draft. We technically gave up 3 1st-round picks, but it was only because we swapped. So we gave up 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 3rd for RG3. Trevor Lawrence is way more sought after than RG3 was, and RG3 was the Heisman Trophy winner that year. So if we could get a return, you will get a return like that for Trevor Lawrence. Because let me tell you something, teams like Jacksonville, they need, in my opinion, I think Jacksonville needs Trevor Lawrence more than the Giants, Jets, and Washington does. Because I think, as happy as they are to have Gardner Minshew right now, Gardner Minshew is not the quarterback of the future for that team. The Giants, no, I know the Jet fans think Darnold is their quarterback of the future. Giant fans think Daniel Jones is the quarterback of the future. And Haskins, he's hot and cold, but this is his first full season with Ron Rivera, and I think we're going to see more progression as the season goes on with Haskins. He's in the same boat. He just doesn't have anyone to throw the damn ball to. Besides McLaurin, who gets double teamed, it's not great. Personally, if we get the pick, I think we could trade down and I want Jamar Chase. I've been saying it since that kid is going to be a Julio Jones type. He's going to be a Julio Jones type.
But here's the thing right now, okay? Because I know how I would. Let me just get you Gary's comment first. He said, as a Giant and Jet season ticket holder, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. Both teams are years away. Dimes and Darnold trash. Le'Veon toast. Barkley hurt. No other weapons on either squad, and they both have arguably the worst D in the league. Going to be a while before they are competitive, even with 1 pick or Trevor Lawrence. So
I agree, but it is the most important position on your team.
Right. So let me ask you this, Petro, because I got one for Petro. Again, because I'm going to say I already answered this. Yes. Okay. Right now, if Kansas City called and said, You guys want Patrick Mahomes? I want 5 number 1 picks from you guys. I'm signing them. I'm giving them. Are you giving 5 number 1s for Patrick Mahomes?
5 number 1 picks.
5 number 1s for Patrick Mahomes.
In a heartbeat.
Right. So when people say, "Oh, about trade cap," that's why you guys were talking about. Well, I would draft him, and then Kenny, you said, "Oh, I'm going to just have an auction for him." Here's the thing: you want to be that team that. I remember people saying, what the hell's Kansas City doing? They got Alex Smith, and why are they giving up 2 picks for – are you crazy with that move? Think about that.
Kurt, there's a difference.
No,
Mahomes is a proven with a capital P.
No. I'm saying not Lawrence when Mahomes came out. Not when he came out.
Yeah. Lawrence is not.
But I'm saying
Lawrence could be the next Ryan Leaf.
Kurt.
We don't know.
No way.
We don't know.
Not
we
to
don't
defend,
know, Kurt. How can you say no way? We don't know.
No way.
Not to defend Alex Smith, even though he's labeled as a game manager, the dude did work.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
He started off a little rough, but once he got comfortable,
he never turned over the ball, which was great for him. He still threw. I'm looking at stuff right now. He threw for 3,500 yards, almost like 6 years.
But again, ask Jim. There's just never, okay, we're down 7. Alex Smith ain't winning that game. He's not doing it. He's not doing it.
Quick update on the Yankees, 3-0.
And this is my thing about Trevor Lawrence. You guys remember last year, dude, he folded against Ohio State and he folded against LSU.
He didn't fold against Ohio State.
Bro,
he ran for over 100 yards versus Ohio State.
He couldn't pass against them. He threw for 200 yards.
I also saw him rip up Alabama. So,
the NFL is a different ball game, Kurt.
I don't know. I just think like Petro nailed it and said that position is just different. When you could get that team, when you could get that player, and I'm sorry, if you have the number one, now it's different if you're like, say, I don't know, the Cardinals and they get the number 1 pick. You got Kyler Murray. But we're talking about Drew Lock, Dwayne Haskins, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones. Those guys are.
By the way, Yanks are down 3-0 right now.
That's not
3-0.
good.
Tanaka just gave up a double in the gap driving in.
Coach has a 30-second delay over there.
Take out Tanaka. Can he pitch tomorrow? Because
did somebody say that?
Yeah,
I didn't hear it.
Kenny did. It's all right.
All right, Jim.
Gary's saying.
Kenny, new internet down there?
Gary's saying. I'm sorry,
it's
guys.
coming down to Garcia tomorrow.
Oh God.
They're gonna pitch Hap.
There's Gary's
Don't pitch Hap. Don't pitch Hap.
Gary Giordano's comment on the 5 picks. 5 first-round picks for Mahomes wouldn't be fair. The picks would be in the 20s because he's going to constantly be in the playoffs. And like Kenny said, proven over project any day. You can't give me 30 first-round picks for Mahomes.
Right. But I'm saying that's the point is Mahomes is worth if somebody said, hey, I need 8, give him whatever you want from Mahomes. You're going to win. You're going to win.
You know what? If you just think of this way, if you put Mahomes on the Jets right now, you know what? You need all of the intangibles: the coaching staff, the offensive line, the receivers,
a defense.
By the way, Sherry's saying just a quick hello, guys.
You know what?
Sherry, hope all's well in Florida.
Bob
we've been in touch.
Bob Caputo saying say goodbye to Massa. Maybe his last Yankee game.
Hey, I know, like, everyone says, like, the Chiefs don't really have a good defense and da-da-da, but did you guys watch Chris Jones bum rush that offense? Did you
he's a beast.
Him
and Frank Clark are starting to get it now. We just need everybody to be healthy. We're still missing 6 starters. And hopefully by the time
guys, real quick, can Garrett Cole pitch tomorrow night?
Oh, God. Glaber just let one go right under his glove with the runner on second.
Can Garrett Cole pitch tomorrow night?
I can't believe they started the game when they knew the rain was going to continue for another hour.
Wait, Hey, you guys want Johnny Cueto? Do you guys want Johnny Cueto right now?
You mentioned baseball.
We don't want Johnny.
We don't want Johnny Cueto.
Up now, I'm muting you.
You guys want Bob?
We got to get into college. We got to get into college football.
All right, let's get into college. We got to get our.
We got to do our picks preview. No, we still got preview for this week coming. No college.
The Cy Young winner gave up 7 runs yesterday.
All right, so let's get our preview for the week. Again, we won't go game by game, but anything that sticks out. Obviously, again, Jim has another big time game. New England versus Mahomes. I don't know if Brady's going to have Belichick's going to have an answer for Mahomes. He hasn't had it the last 2 times they played him, so why will they do it again?
Before we jump into the weekend, there is a Thursday game tomorrow night, right?
Oh, yes, there is. The toilet bowl's tomorrow night.
Versus the Valentes.
Let's do no point spreads, Kurt. Let's just preview the games. We'll go up and down the panel. We'll pick who we want to win. You write down. Let's see who gets the most wins next week.
I didn't even tally last week.
No point spread.
Okay, no point spread.
I'll run through the games. I got them in front of me. We'll go to John and Kurt last on this one. I'll go Jim, Petro, myself, John, Kurt. Denver Jets. Jim, who wins that Super Bowl showdown in 2055?
I want the Broncos to win because I don't want them to get a higher draft pick. I still want Kurt to be punished for this. Win a couple games so they don't get a top pick. So
you're writing down, right, Kurt? I'm going to read the games. You write down.
So Jim's picking Denver.
Petro, who wins this?
Denver versus who?
The toilet bowl, the Jets.
Jets.
Brett Rippon quarterbacking for the Jets.
By the way, reports are if the Jets lose, Gase gets fired Friday, and then Beelan would be happy.
But Kurt,
I'm gonna say Denver.
I'm gonna take the Jets in a 9-6 ball game.
No. Kenny, you disappoint me, man. Put me down for the Broncos.
I want Kurt to have the balls by Thanksgiving.
All right, now I'm going. Beelan, who you going? Denver?
Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going to go Denver too. I'll go Denver.
9-6.
Not confidently.
Hey, if when is Kurt going to gobble these things? Is it like immediately following the Yankee loss, or has he got to wait to January?
As soon as
no.
As soon as to Pound Town, right?
Absolutely. As soon as that over.
Thanksgiving Day, Jim. You can have it with the stuff
since you always
have as an appetizer.
Since you owe us a Russ Hot dog too, you're going to do that on the same day.
I'm not chickening out of this Russ Hot dog. I have to get it brought to me. Why do I got to go?
We're going to bring it. We're going to bring it to you. We're going to bring it to you when we bring you the oysters.
Okay.
What time do they close?
9.
Now we got to find the dessert he don't like, guys. So you can have the appetizer.
Yogurt. I'm not a yogurt guy, Kenny. No yogurt.
Might happen tomorrow.
No peanut butter.
Couple rapid fire games. We'll breeze through these so we can get into college real quick before 9 o'clock. Colts, Bears. Kurt, I'll start with you.
Bears.
John.
Colts.
Petro.
Big Foles.
Phillip Rivers looks like a monster right now.
Bears.
And Jimbo.
Colts.
I'm going to go Bears as well.
For our boy Verrilli.
Saints, Lions. I'll go right back. We'll go backwards. I'll go Jim.
Let's ride the hot hand. Let's go with the Lions.
Petro.
Saints.
Johnny.
It's a toughie because I don't know if Michael Thomas is playing. He might be playing. If he doesn't play, I'm going with the Lions. If he does play, it's with the Saints, but I'll take the Lions.
Kurt.
Lions. I'm sorry. No. Detroit. New Orleans.
I'm going to go New Orleans too because it's indoors.
They'll say the Lions.
Cardinals, Panthers. I'll start with Petro.
Kenny, they both play indoors, by the way.
Cardinals.
John.
What was the game?
Cards, Panthers.
I'm going to go with Cardinals.
Kurt.
Cardinals.
I'll take the Cardinals and Jim.
Also.
Kurt, Jaguars, Bengals. Another great game.
I'm going to go Bengals. I think Burrow gets his first win. By the way, Richie Katwink is saying hello, boys.
Hello, Richie. I'll agree with Kurt. Jim.
Joe's taking some big boy hits, though. He thought he was back a little bit in the SEC. He's getting lit up a little bit here with the big boys.
Yeah, he is. John.
Richie's saying Bengals.
So you sweeping the Bengals or you going Jaguars?
Who's up, Petro?
I'll take the Bengals too. Why not?
Come right back with you. Browns, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
John.
Cowboys.
Jim.
I cannot stand those stupid Baker Mayfield commercials.
I love those commercials.
What, the one when he's in the stadium?
When he's in the stadium. You know what? Maybe if
They're so good.
Richie Katwinka saying J.A. hapless game 3, boy, kids.
Those Baker Mayfield commercials kill me. I just want to see that guy get absolutely takadad. Go with the Cowboys.
Still early there, Richie.
Hey, John.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still early.
The Yankees offense can get rolling here yet. That's all I'm going to say. I'm gonna go Browns. I'm not sold on this Mike McCarthy.
We're making our
defense looks terrible on the Cowboys. I'm gonna go Browns.
Leave the door open if you want.
Kurt.
Cowboys have to win. I mean, if they don't win.
Yeah, but they had to win against everybody else, and they almost lost. So
I mean, he's playing Baker Mayfield, so.
The Cowboys really don't have to win because
they really don't. Why do they have to win?
They don't.
Why do they have to win? Because in a playoff game, you're going to have Dak Prescott in Lambeau. Woodshed.
The playoffs are 13 weeks away.
Doesn't matter, but they can't be 7-9 winning a division. They're going to be they'll be out in the first round, but they won't win the first round of the playoffs.
No fans. Away games don't mean anything at this point.
I think it does. By the way, Gary's saying he loves those commercials. Are great. Him covering the chairs.
They're the best. They're the best.
Kurt, Vikings, Texans, if they play. I think they're playing.
They are Monday.
They'll make them play if they have to play.
I'm gonna take the Vikings.
I'm going Texans. I said if I pick the other team.
Hey, Stanton hit a home run. We're back.
I will never pick the Vikings again this year. Texans for me.
You know what?
3 more. Let's go.
Can we just hit the pause button for a second? Why in God's name does anybody throw a strike fastball to Stanton?
Why do they throw fastballs to him?
Throw fastballs in and just keep throwing sliders away. He gets the McTwitchies.
This game's far from over. I'll tell you that right now.
His first move is
going to be won by the bullpen. By the bullpens, this game's going to be won by.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm happy he did it, but, man, I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but I know what the guy can't hit. So if that was a mistake, then.
But I'll tell you this, and we weren't going to get in our debate. Tanaka's pitching until his arm falls off tonight because you got to worry about tomorrow night, guys. You got to worry about tomorrow night.
We got 2 minutes to finish this football, and then we'll get into baseball.
Go ahead.
Who hasn't picked the Vikings Texans yet?
I'm going to say I'll take Vikings.
I got Texans. Jim?
Vikings got to come out of the slump.
And Kurt?
I'm going Vikings. Who you got, Beelan?
Texans.
Okay.
Right, real quick, Seahawks, Dolphins. Kurt?
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Anybody Dolphins?
No.
This is going to be Seahawks by 40.
Chargers, Bucks. Anybody Chargers?
Bucks.
No.
Buck.
Steelers, Titans are getting postponed a couple days. I'm going to go.
You can still pick them, though. They're saying Monday or Tuesday.
Where's that game? That's in Tennessee?
It'd be nice to be on Tuesday. I'll tell you what. It'd be something on a Tuesday.
I heard Monday 3:30. Which is gonna be great because everyone's home anyways.
Yeah,
so
but I'm saying that game.
Doubleheader on Monday night. That's good. I like that. I'll take the Steelers there.
I'm gonna take the Titans.
Steelers.
Yep, Steelers.
Wow.
Here you go. Battle of Washington. Battle of Washington.
No Chase Young this week, guys, by the way. So.
I think the Ravens are going to put it on them this week.
Me too.
I'm going Ravens. Big.
Ravens by 20.
Yep.
I'm on board with the Ravens. Do I have to ask Giants, Rams? Rams.
Why is everybody –
Here's an interesting one. Chiefs, Patriots.
Oh, it's at home.
Chiefs.
Big.
Chiefs big. Do the Patriots cover the 7?
Hold on, I'm going wild card in this. I know Coach gonna hate me, but I'm going with the Patriots.
You go with your heart, brother.
I don't know. It's Bill Belichick, man. I'm gonna ride with him.
I think the Patriots are catching the Chiefs on the right week after this huge win against Baltimore, but I think the Chiefs win very close. Very close.
Rich wants to know, we'll get back to this in a second, but someone can answer right now. He's saying, did I miss it? What was your take on Cam the Man? Anybody have any Cam Newton
Been solid this year. That's all.
What'd you say?
He's been solid. Like that's it. There's nothing.
I agree. I think they're playing to his strengths and they're not abusing them. That's the thing. They're not abusing them.
I'm going to Petro line. We're going to spank that ass. Right, Petro? We're going to spank that ass.
Bills, Raiders. Anybody Raiders?
Nah, Buffalo.
That's
Bonnie's going Raiders.
I'm taking Raiders.
I'm taking Raiders too.
I'm on the Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I hate Gruden.
Eagles, 49ers. Eagles can be 3-1. Anybody?
Eagles, 49ers. I'm going to say Eagles are winning this game.
No, this can make great.
Can't trust Nick Mullins.
I'm going Niners.
Niners.
Yeah, Fran. Straight up.
And do I even have to ask Falcons, Packers at home?
Yeah.
Packers.
Question I think will be, how does Quinn lose this game in the last seconds?
My God, how's he not fired? But Kenny, real quick, I saw something today. It said, don't be shocked after this year, the Niners get rid of Garoppolo because they don't want to. They know they made a mistake paying him that money, and they get Kirk Cousins. They said Shanahan loves Kirk Cousins.
Stupid. You might as well go
two losers
and trade your team for Trevor Lawrence. Why would you do that?
Because they save money they save money by not paying Garoppolo money. That's what.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins is almost getting as much though.
I know, but I think they can get. I think there's two. I think does he have one more year? Cousins
just got extended.
Yeah, he got extended 2 more years.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't. They were
saying
and
Jimmy Garoppolo, you still got to pay him his guarantee money, which is going to be on the book.
If Kubiak can't do nothing with Cousins, why would the 49ers want Cousins?
Listen, it was a mistake with the money.
I hate that loser so much.
Total mistake. All right, let's get to this, Kenny, real quick, because we got our hockey guy coming on to recap the hockey, but we got to talk college football, and I'm going to start with this. And you guys can jump in because I watched that game. I watched my Auburn Tigers, but on the second TV, I had the atrocious Big 12. I'm making this statement right now. The Big 12 just cannot be in the college football playoff. It's a joke.
Biggest fraud conference.
It's a joke. Iowa State lost at home to Louisiana. Then you got Oklahoma up 28-7 to Kansas State. And I don't know if you guys watched this game, Jim, but they were showing when it got to 28-28, 28-21, the last two possessions, it was like watching high school football. They just ran like inside zone and he didn't even get touched. The guy it was like Don Bosco playing a group school with 14 kids on a team, just whoop right down the lane. Like,
give you another team.
They cannot be in the playoff anymore. They can't. Seriously, it's not. Now what's going to happen is Oklahoma's going to beat whoever they are next week 70-7, and this team is hot. Look at what they're scoring. Then they get to the playoff. They play an SEC team. It'll be 63-3. They cannot be in the tournament. The other team, Texas, and versus Texas Tech, 63-56. Like, it's a joke. Like, they cannot be in the you cannot say you got Auburn, Alabama, LSU. I mean, LSU lost, but those teams in the SEC, they're not going for a team in that garbage conference? Come on.
Put you on the spot right now. You said 70-7. They're playing your Iowa State, your sleeper team for the playoffs.
They might beat them up. Seriously, because
if they win 70-7 against Iowa State, they're not in. They got no chance of being in the playoff.
Would you put them in the playoff?
No, I would.
They were at home.
Broad conference.
Do you know? Let me ask you something. Do you guys? Here's the trivia question: who beat Kansas State week 1? Does anybody know?
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State beat the team that they couldn't beat. They should just be gone from the playoff.
Yeah, but Kansas. Kurt, I texted you about this. They are. Kansas State is Oklahoma's kryptonite, the same way that Lamar is with they always play legit against them.
But that's not. But if you're the best team, who's kryptonite for Clemson's kryptonite? Who's Alabama's kryptonite?
Well,
nobody. Not garbage teams. They destroy those teams.
Consistent.
But I'm sorry. What do you guys think about LSU losing last week? Mike Leach
I
is in the
picked that
SEC.
upset outright.
You did.
You got that on the air. I picked that outright upset.
You did. And Mike Leach is back. And did you see the stats, Jim? The guy had, what was it? Like, he had
700
yards,
right?
600 something yards.
Mike Leach.
He just doesn't run the ball. It's just insane.
No.
It's just nuts. But
we all knew LSU was going to be down this year. It was a good chance of taking them out.
Florida boys.
Yeah, Florida looks good. Did you see what is it? 5 out of the top 10 teams are SEC.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and
Florida, even
the
Miami.
Big Ten will be interesting when they come back.
Yeah.
There's some good teams there: Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
I tell you this: Petro's boys look good.
Miami looks.
They
really
do.
Good.
They do.
Quarterback's legit.
He is. And you know what? The OC, Mr. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Lashley. He's going to be he's going to get a head job right after this year, because Miami's good, man. Florida State had no shot in that game.
The head coach of Miami used to work for ESPN as like an analyst.
Who, Diaz?
Yeah, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
They had a special on the other day. They're showing him running around ESPN when he was a kid, and they would stop frame and show him in the background, stuff like that. They said, God damn, Gardner.
You know what was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
Gardner just struck out in bowl 4.
There are some good games on those this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend, really good games.
Yeah, and
how about here's a question that Kurt and I are in agreement with. BYU's cupcake schedule, they blew out Troy. They're going to move up in the rankings because of a couple teams losing. They keep winning. Are they going to be in a run for a playoff? They can't, right? They can't. They should have held off and went to a conference like the Big 12 or Pac-12 this year.
Yeah, but were they allowed to do that, though?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know if they were allowed to do that.
You got to put bids in, and they're not going to be.
I think Notre Dame did it because Notre Dame was playing all those teams already. I think, right? Weren't they already playing like 5 of those ACC teams?
I think so.
Yeah, well, BYU is in basketball. It's in the Big West with Gonzaga, but that they don't have a football conference. So you're right.
But we get into this week, like you guys are saying. I mean, just at 12 o'clock, you got South Carolina at Florida. Then you got 3:30 A&M at Alabama. Then 7:30 Auburn at Georgia. I mean, it's just the SEC is just stacked. Virginia at Clemson tonight.
One game I'm actually really interested in this week that I'm heavy betting to was probably Memphis SMU.
Yeah.
SMU 3-0. Like, Texas Tech.
I'll tell you which one I'm interested in, because A&M might have taken Vandy a little light. A&M against Bama this week, and Bama's given 16.5?
But Bama's not losing that game.
I'm not saying they're losing, but they're giving a lot of points.
Bama's good, man.
BYU's playing Louisiana Tech this week.
Yeah, that's done. I want to say that's Friday night.
Just put your money on BYU. They're going to cover every game this year by 40.
Yeah, 9 o'clock October 2nd.
7:30 Saturday night. My football season resumes. Auburn at Georgia. Who do you guys like in that game, Petro?
I like Auburn, actually. I do. I think they pull it out. I think Auburn's sneaky good this year.
Georgia, new quarterbacks, lost a lot. Their quarterback, actually, they had the kid from Wake that was transferring there, and he opted out, like right before the season started. So that hurt them big time. What do you think, Jim? Auburn at Georgia.
I take Georgia.
Beelan?
I'm just gonna go with Georgia just because they're home. And I believe they're having some fans in there.
Yes, there'll be some fans. They've had some, yeah.
So I know it's not crazy big. I mean, watching Auburn game last week, it was we were texting during it. They looked a little shaky.
But again, they played that team was a number 23 team in the country. It's not a pushover,
But I had a little bit more high expectations with them. But I just think Georgia just with the small little edge just because they're home with some fans.
Kenny?
I got to ride Auburn. They're my sleeper pick for the playoffs. The national champion sleeper pick.
Okay.
Wow.
I like that. Anybody else real quick with any other games, Kenny, that you like? Anybody think, I know Kenny's talking about a point spread with A&M, but does anybody think A&M can outright beat Alabama?
You don't know. You haven't seen anybody really play, so it's just kind of like, listen.
I mean, who did Alabama play?
The Alabama, right? Of course. But I'm saying, by the way, Mark Jr. saying Tampa Bay Lightning, let's go. His boys won it. We're gonna get to Nick in a second,
I'm curious to see how good A&M, if they can play. I'll give you a game I'm interested in. BC's supposed to be pretty good with this Notre Dame transfer against Petro's Tar Heels. That should be a decent game. Tar Heels are giving 13.5.
Oh, yeah. I got a game after you're done.
You know what's funny? Like, it just seems like with this whole COVID thing, like, you know what? Like, teams get it, and you know what? They're just like, all right, you know, we'll ride it out, and then we'll fit it in somewhere. Neighbor around the corner. These two boys go to University of Wisconsin. One's a junior, one's a freshman. Is that how you boys make it out up there? I said, Wisconsin seems to be having a big outbreak. He looked at me and said, Jim, it's another world up there.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't know. He goes, you don't know it, but the University of Wisconsin, he goes, it's in the capital of Madison. You go right down Main Street in the capital, all this is bars and restaurants. No masks. Every bar's open. Every restaurant's open. Indoor dining, outdoor dining. He said it's the Wild West up there. He goes, it's amazing that the numbers haven't got even higher off of the charts than they had. He goes, I just keep telling my boys, be careful, mask up, and just, do the best you can. He said it's like the COVID never even happened up there in Madison, Wisconsin. So that's how it is across the country. I mean, the whole thing with Notre Dame, right? You know what? They're just like, all right, we got it. This is happening. We'll push it off, play another week.
Yeah. But let me ask, I got a question because I asked Hoops this the other day, and it was kind of funny because we were watching, it must have been college football or it was basketball. I said, like, there's no fans or there's very few fans. I said, but does it look any different? Like, do you guys, college football, Beelan, right? We've watched it. To me, listen, I know it's not loud and you're not going to have the people going crazy, but it's still football, It's like when I was watching it last week, it's like I'm watching an Auburn game, Like, do you guys think it when you're watching it, it feels different?
Pipe the noise definitely helps.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs did that their whole career anyways, but,
Oh, Beelan, look at Beelan.
No, but hey, listen.
Getting ready for the debate.
Going back to college, though, one big game that I'm super hyped about this week is Baylor and West Virginia. That game's going to be super exciting to watch. I'm telling you.
That is a good one.
Sneaky good
really
in the conference.
It's going to be on ABC, too, which is a nice big thing. Baylor's getting disrespected in rankings. Like, disrespected.
Virilli saying his squad UNC.
Just watch. You want to talk about a Big 12 team, Kurt? Baylor, bro. Watch these guys.
Yeah, well, I watched Baylor last year too, and I saw Baylor play the Baylor went to the Sugar Bowl last year, and they kept saying, "Look at Baylor. They should have been a playoff team." Georgia had 13 starters out because they sat out, and Georgia still beat them by 20. So Baylor, I don't trust Baylor again. What do you think, Kenny? You trust Baylor?
I don't trust Baylor at all, but I don't trust West Virginia neither. So.
No
Baylor's West Virginia's coach now is Baylor. The old head coach is coaching Baylor. So I could see a little trying to run the score up a little bit there with Baylor.
All right. Anything else before we get? You know what? Before we get to Nick, do we have? Let's do 5 minutes of this, and you know what? Let Petro have this segment because it's his boy. He's been on him since day one. The NBA Finals start tonight, Petro. What's your thoughts? We'll get everyone's prediction, but you're Lakers, you're LeBron. Hey, congratulations, he's there. What do you think?
5 games.
5 games.
I could even see the Heat winning the first one, and then the Lakers winning the next 4. That's that. I think it's going to be where once the Heat win 1, the Lakers just win it the rest of the way. So if they win 1, the Heat win 1, then they win 3 in a row. I really don't see it going past 5 games. I'm not saying it because I don't think the Heat are good. I do think the Heat are a good team, but I think Jimmy Butler will cover LeBron, and I think Bam is going to have a very tough time covering Anthony Davis. I think LeBron's going to get his too, but I think Anthony Davis is the X factor where I just don't know who can cover him. I really don't. There's as good as that kid Bam Adebayo is, he's not in Anthony Davis's league. He's not going to be able to hang with him for a whole series. He'll get him in foul trouble, and then what?
So you're going 5.
I'm gonna say 5. Yeah.
Kenny, what do you got?
I agree 100% with Petro. Just to be a little different, I think the Heat can come out and win tonight. Just like Petro said, be a little different. I'll say maybe 6, but I definitely think it's going to be 5.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I'm going to go Lakers in 6. Beelan, what do you got?
Lakers in 5. Once AD comes out to the 3-point area and the middle is going to be open for LeBron, it's going to be, I'm telling you, they're going to have so much trouble. The only person, honestly, that I feel that they can give the Lakers a little bit of problem is Hero and Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson could be a problem.
I agree, but I think Danny Green's a pretty good defender, and he's a good perimeter defender. And it's not like where he was when he was having to cover like Damian Lillard, for example, in that first round series.
He's not going to drive
Tyler
this
Harrow and Duncan Robinson don't move like Lillard. You know what I mean? As good. I'm a Tyler Harrow guy. That kid's a bucket. But I mean, I just don't see the Lakers struggling through this series. I really don't. And everyone's gonna say, "Oh, well, no one knows LeBron better than Spoelstra."
That's not going to matter.
What is that? What does that
But
even
I will
mean?
say this, though, Petro, and I heard this, and I want to say Stephen A. said this today. Disagree or agree? They're saying, that not that of course he has to win the series, but they're saying it would be his biggest failure if they don't win this series. Agree or disagree?
Hold on. Let me, Petro, let me cut you off real quick. Stephen A. Smith is a joke. Stop comparing LeBron to Jordan. Look, Jordan is the best of his era, okay? LeBron is the best of his era. Stop comparing these two, man. Stop. LeBron could win 10 more of them, and Stephen A. Smith will be like, he's still not good. He's still not good.
But I'm saying is there's a lot of but and again, this is no excuse because you play who you play, right? But no Clippers. Okay, you didn't put Miami's not the best team in the East. Milwaukee's the best team.
How is that LeBron?
It's not. But what I'm saying is now that if he doesn't win it, I'm saying there's probably more pressure on him now. Where if Milwaukee beat them, it would be, hey, Milwaukee's. I mean, no one's expecting. We're sitting on here saying if they're lucky, if they get to 5 or 6 games. So if they did lose with the best sidekick in the world and Anthony Davis, it is a failure. It's a big time failure. That's what I get. What they're saying.
I think it's a failure, but I think the Mavericks loss when they were on the Heat was a bigger overall upset.
Yeah.
If the Heat pull this one off, because they were totally in control in that series, and LeBron had a meltdown and he completely disappeared, and it was so un-LeBron like that series, what you saw in that Dallas series. So I don't believe like that whole like legacy thing. LeBron's legacy is set. Listen to me. If LeBron were to lose this finals and retire after this, is he still a top 3 player ever in your eyes?
Yes.
I'll say top 3 because some people put Kobe, and I respect it.
That's how I would do it, honestly. I would go Jordan, Kobe, Jordan.
Petro, he
LeBron.
was a top 5 player 4 years ago.
Absolutely.
So, you can't go anywhere else. You can't go.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even with a loss, listen, it's not, like people have the balls to blame like those finals losses. I'll give you Dallas, that was on LeBron. But when they lost to the Spurs, that Spurs team was a damn good team, man. Like they were a really good team. People actually hold that 2007 finals against LeBron. His best player was Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He carried that team on his back. It was his 4th year in the league. So I just don't, he lost to the Warriors with he lost to the Warriors with no Kyrie and no Kevin Love, and he still won that game. And people have the balls to say Andre Iguodala shut him down. My man averaged a triple-double, almost 40 a night. So nah, I just don't buy it. His legacy is set.
And you know what?
I don't see them losing this stuff.
Last thing, I hope it goes to a game 7 so LeBron can drop 60 on them.
Yeah. Yeah, right, I agree because
I'm sorry, Petro.
I mean, that closeout game against Denver, everyone was talking about how sluggish LeBron looked and how this is Anthony Davis's team, and LeBron is now Robin. Well, LeBron didn't look like no Robin in that closeout game against Denver.
Again, I'm just listen. I'm just a fan. I just believe like when you're the man, like when the Chiefs, the balls, if the Chiefs game is on the line in a Super Bowl, they're not running the ball with Edwards-Helaire. Like the ball's going to be in Mahomes' hand. But when LeBron is LeBron, Anthony Davis go in that corner, it's my ball. When they come and double and triple me, maybe I'll give it to you. Like that's
maybe.
Maybe.
Holy.
Like you're the man. Like. You know, like
but when he misses it, then it's he missed it.
No, but I'd rather listen.
It's a lose-lose situation.
No way.
Go
down swinging. Okay.
I disagree. You'll be the first one texting all of us. LeBron missed.
Kenny.
LeBron choked.
Kenny, the championship's on the line.
You would do it because you do it all the time.
No way.
You do it all the time.
Oh, you got to make the shot too, but
Judge, yesterday with Judge, you did it.
I'll tell you this. I wish Gary was still on because you know what? That's the one thing about Carmelo. I don't care what anybody says. You know what? You know the Knicks were down 1 or their team's down 1. That ball's going to Carmelo, and he's shooting that ball. Because you know what? You pay that guy number 1 on your team. You're supposed to be the star. Go get the friggin' ball. Go score. That's...
If you're double teamed and triple teamed, I thought about this, Kurt, but I'm agreeing with Petro and John. If you're double teamed or triple teamed, dish it to the open guy. You're in the NBA, you should hit an open shot. Plain and simple.
Yeah,
you're a professional basketball player. You should hit an open shot. Any of us five, if we have an open shot, we're hitting it 75% of the time. You're in the NBA, you got an open shot. Anthony Davis.
No, all right, we've given basketball enough. You know what?
We got to get our guy Nick Lopresti. By the way, Virilli's saying Jordan best pressure.
We're in the middle of
ever.
baseball playoffs, and we're giving basketball much too much. Lakers are going to win. It's over. LeBron's MVP. There. Done.
Well, we got Nick for 5, and then we got baseball the rest of the
night. Nick, you got 5 minutes. Come here.
We got Nick for 5, and we got baseball the rest of the night. I don't even know how you guys want to talk baseball tonight.
Are you kidding
me? Why not? We're up 1-0.
We're up 1-0.
We're up 1-0, and we beat a guy who is apparently the best pitcher in baseball. But now somehow you're going to have something to say about how it doesn't matter, but we did it against the best pitcher in baseball. He's the best pick. He is going to win the Cy Young.
Guys,
but now it doesn't matter.
Petro, what time you get to work tomorrow?
Your word.
What time
you
go
work against
tomorrow?
your word?
Wait, what time you get to work tomorrow?
I go in at 9 a.m.
What time are you out?
6.
You're out at 6? All right, there's a 6:30 mass probably somewhere. Get to church and say
I don't
a prayer.
Need to pray.
You're going to need it tomorrow.
I don't need to pray. God and Jesus is a Yankees.
You're going to need it tomorrow. Man. We got our guy Nick on.
10 minutes.
What's up, Nick?
10 minutes. 10 minutes. I got my debate. coming.
What's going on, Nick?
Stanley Cup for a few minutes.
I mean, Tampa pulled through. Pretty dominant victory. Not too much to talk about, but Victor Hedman got the MVP of the playoffs, and some other interesting news is that the Rangers let go of Henrik Lundqvist.
Yes. What's your thoughts on that?
30.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but I'm still upset for it. But I don't know where he's gonna go. Is my thing. Like I don't know who's gonna take him, and I don't know if he's gonna stay in the United States. He might go back to Sweden and play in the Swiss league. But
who do you see as a good fit for him, though, if there was a team?
I think
I heard they said on ESPN Radio Colorado was one of the teams that they said would be a good fit for him, actually.
Yeah, I think Colorado maybe. I think the Coyotes look like they could use him because they have a rookie goalie right now. Nothing really else to go on.
Petro, would Colorado take him as the goalie one? Like he would be their starter?
I don't think Lundqvist is gonna decide. I think it's two options. And Nick, tell me I'm wrong here. Unless he's gonna be a starting goalie, he'll retire as a Ranger.
That's my guess. Or
why? Like I don't see. I just don't see a point, because if he was gonna be fine with being a backup, he would have just been like, you don't have to buy me out. I have no problem sitting on the bench here in New York. and I'll stay here as a Ranger, and I'll finish out my time here. But the guy either wants to play as a starter and be an everyday goalkeeper, or at least in the mix, or just retire a Ranger. Just go out on top. Listen, they were talking about it. He's probably one of the – would you say that they were arguing about it? It was either between Ewing, Mattingly, or Lundqvist, the biggest New York sports guy to not win a championship.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think throughout the NHL, everyone has respect for Lundqvist and thinks that he deserves.
And they were close a couple of times, right, Nick? I mean, they were probably weren't they the favorite at one time? Like the one seed and the favorite?
So 2014, they made it to the finals and lost to LA in 5 games, and then 2015 they lost to the Lightning in the semis.
And they lost. Didn't they lose to the Devils in
the Devils in 2012
to get to the cup, right?
Yeah.
So they did come. They came close a couple of times.
I mean, it's going to be tough. I think, what you were saying, if he doesn't get a starting position, I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. I think he might either retire or go back to.
All right. I have a quick question for you real fast. Going into 2021, I know it's early and there could be stuff, obviously moves made and stuff like that, but just an early prediction of what your Stanley Cup final could look like.
I would not be surprised if Tampa Bay came back again for second year in a row. I mean, I think the only player that they're going to lose is Pat Maroon, but I don't know. He might re-sign with them depending on where he's going, but he was on a 1-year contract. So I don't know if they're going to keep him. But I think I would not be surprised if Tampa made it back. I would not be surprised if the Islanders made another run. I think Colorado and I think the Canucks are going to make a run this upcoming year too. I think they look really good. I think they have a lot of potential coming up. But those are my 4 teams I think are going to be.
Do you have a team that wasn't in the playoffs this year that can surprise next year?
I'm going to say the Devils, only because they weren't too far out. I mean, they were pretty far out, but I think once they get a handle on themselves, I think they might. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year. I think that Chicago is going to surprise a lot of people next year also, considering how they made it past the prelim round. And I think that the Rangers are going to be good.
I'm going to give you one team. I got a friend who's a fan of them, and I think they might surprise next year. Buffalo Sabres. What are your thoughts? Any chance with that young team?
I mean, I think I haven't had a lot of chance to watch them play, but I know that Jack Eichel is in a really tough position because he's been holding that team up for a while. But I think they just need to get a couple more good guys before they can really make a run. But I think they've been struggling for a while to pick up some steam.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anybody else with anything for Nick?
I'm good. I hedged Lightning, so
I got one thing for Nick. Don't be a stranger and make sure you come on before hockey.
Absolutely.
Of course, I'll definitely make another appearance.
Anytime you want to come on, talk about anything, doesn't have to be hockey.
Absolutely. You're in. You're invited anytime.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys again soon.
Awesome job, Nick.
Take care.
All right. So we got 32 minutes. We got baseball. Let's play off baseball like Coach Sickinger said. What do you got, Kenny? You run the show.
Let's run through the playoff games. Let's wait for the Yankees, Indians until last, so we can go over the series and have our version of a presidential debate.
Okay.
Luke Voigt is a damn
good against Jim and
Petro. I'm going to team up with Beelan tonight.
Well, let's go through the other playoff matchups first, and then we'll get into the Yankees, Indians last.
Okay.
Twins stink.
Let's start with John's Braves and Reds, which I think was the best game of the day, and I think could be possibly the best first round matchup of the first round.
Definitely.
I'll start with John, the Braves fan. What are your thoughts on that game and series?
The pitching, I know if you were at the game, if it was fans there, it'd be like super boring. But this is one of those games.
I don't think it would have been boring, John. I think that place.
I love that.
A typical fan who would say, be like, it's a little boring, right? But
there's no scoring, there's no home runs, nothing like a game like that in the playoffs.
And let me tell you, when the Braves actually hit Bauer, just even the ball going in the outfield, they were ripping the ball too. They were just catching everything. So I was getting really nervous. I totally forgot about the overtime rules.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, I thought it's stupid. They should have just kept it. I don't understand why they took it away. This game could have went to 19 innings. It's like.
It's a lot of pitching. That's for darn sure. You're right, John.
Especially that you're playing every day. You can't do that, man. I do like that they expanded the roster, though. That was a nice little thing that they did, which helps out a lot of teams. But I think this series is going to be. Hopefully, we can close it out tomorrow. I just think that it's the most like. I told my friend this actually today, but it's the less dramatic series out of all the series that are going on right now. There's nothing going on. It's not like the Twins losing 18 straight playoff games, the Yankees, and there's no noise. And
it's not a sexy series. That's the best way to put it. It's not.
Yeah, it's not sexy, but it's gonna be. And I really thought they were gonna get I really wanted them to get to Bauer, not just because I love Bauer, but. I just all these Met fans on Twitter and stuff were just rumbling like, oh, Bauer this. I was like, I hope they bang him up. So I'm like, you know what? You can get him next year so the Braves can bang him up freaking 12 times next year.
Well, you know what? You know what? They wasted it because all that Bauer did, and they had I was following it at work. They had so many opportunities to take that game. They had so many, and that Austin Riley play, the pickle. Oh man, that was awesome.
But tomorrow they got the rookie Ian Anderson starting. He's been solid since he came up. Hopefully he throws a gem tomorrow, ends this whole thing, get a day off. Play the. I don't want to see the Cubs losing crazy like that, but I think the Marlins are going to take them.
Well, it was hard. Marte's out, broken pinky. That hurt. 94 on the hands.
Yeah,
that's bad news.
I heard he still might play though.
But you know what, Jim? Does a game, like my opinion, does a game like this just destroy Cincinnati where you lose a game like this, especially in this 3-game series where
I don't know if it destroys them so much. I mean, like you said, a lot of these teams are young. They're excited to be in. Everything's happening so fast. Like a lot of them just got in the other day. They're in the playoffs. I don't know about you guys. A couple things that I thought were really cool. Love day baseball. Baseball during this time of year makes you feel like a kid. Like you're rushing home from school to catch a game on TV that started early. And the fact that they were just pumping them out today was awesome. Makes you feel like a kid. It really does. Watching some of these teams play during the day is outstanding. That was a great ball game today. Maxie Fried went out there, looked great. It was just a good game. And like I said, I'm a pitching defense guy. I'll take a 0-0 game into the 12th inning any day of the week. Love that. I love the strategy. And when you guys mentioned the pickle or a rundown, pros suck at rundowns because they never practice it. And they forget all of the rules. Do you remember? And I tell kids all the time, if you're in a rundown, just when somebody's releasing the ball, turn around and run into somebody. You'll get interference every time. The pros, they cut base paths. They don't create. They're terrible at it. They just rely on being athletic to get people out in a rundown because they don't
like tuck and rolls.
Oh my God, they're diving out of the way. All you have to do is make contact with the guy, and you'll get interference and get home plate. They're there, they're in the way, but as far as this afternoon's game, I thought that was outstanding. The Marlins with the Cubs. You know what? Everybody thought the Cubs were going to be a slam dunk. This Marlins team. Hey, you know what? I couldn't be any happy.
By the way, Jim, I got to interrupt you because our guy Kevin Verrilli says, need sports during the day when I'm teaching from my kitchen. LOL.
You know what? Multitasking. I like it, Bear.
I accidentally did not give you the predictions in the group text. So we got to read our predictions also when we're done analyzing the games because I know you said slam dunk, Jim, but I picked the Marlins to beat the Cubs in the series.
And you know what?
Most of our boys, Mattingly and Jeter.
Got to root for him.
Got to root for him.
You know what? So that was a good game. So Miami's up 1-0.
Everybody take
We're taking it by bracket. You got Atlanta up 1-0. You got Miami up 1-0 in that bracket. The top half tonight, we got the Dodgers.
And the Cardinals 7-4.
What's that?
7-4
Cardinals just
Cardinals.
won, yeah. Cardinals just won.
You know what the Cardinals remind me of, Petro? The Cardinals remind me of like the NFL's version of like the Baltimore Ravens. Like once they get into the playoffs, man, you just don't want to play that team. Like they're scary, man. It's like they're
the
proven.
Packers. They're the Packers. You know for a fact that they are going to get into the playoffs.
Yep, and they're dangerous as hell, man.
You want no part of them.
You don't.
You want no part of them. That's exactly what they are. I agree. They're just like the Green Bay Packers because you know that they're
right, Mike. The Cardinals.
The games I'm looking forward to tomorrow: the White Sox, A's.
Yeah, that's going to be
close out series, and that one that was a good one.
I definitely want to see the Cards, Padres, and I want to see our Marlins. I say our Marlins. I want to see Jeter and Mattingly pull this off. Man, I want to see it.
Like an Astros.
Just to aggravate God in the studio and watch Jeter win. Oh.
Can I ask you guys a question? Real quick, yes or no?
Your show. You can do whatever
you want. Is Don Mattingly the manager of the Yankees at one point?
No. I don't think he'll ever do that.
No.
Kenny?
No.
I would love to see him, but no.
Beelan?
No.
No?
Happens.
Jeter won't let him go. Jeter's smart. Jeter knows what he's got.
But I'm saying Mattingly, the Yankees, I mean, they come calling. Like, do you think he's going to stay in Florida as opposed to going to Miami instead of there?
100%.
He wouldn't. Listen, think about it this way. Is there really any expectations or pressure?
Right. Well, no, of course. Right. Then that's
you come to New York, you got to win. And it's not like
I'm going to tell you who's and you guys are going to disagree with me, but I can guarantee like the guy like that is Joe Girardi. Like Joe Girardi, like when he goes to those, all right, I'm with the Marlins. I was supposed to win 60 games. I win 79. Look at me. Then he gets to these big cities, New York. I mean, let's be honest. He won a World Series, okay, but he also had that team at his height with Jeter and Cano, and he couldn't even make the playoffs. Now he went to Philly, and look at Philly, like. They bombed out. He's another guy. Like I would never trust him in a big spot. But in those lower, like what you're saying, Petro, like
there's no pressure. There's no pressure. It's he can sit back, relax. You got the beautiful weather.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go out there. If you lose, they're like, oh well, it's the Marlins. Or if you win, you're like, oh well. Who thought the Marlins were going to be doing this?
What's Jeter doing? He's getting rid of
Stanton.
Yeah, got rid of Stanton, got rid of Yelich, got rid of, you know what I mean? Like, come on. If you think about it this way, back-to-back years, you traded away the next year, the MVP. You traded away Stanton after his MVP year. You trade away Yelich wins MVP the following year. It's like
but he rebuilt, man. He rebuilt them.
They said they started 16 different rookies on that team this year.
That's nuts.
Can you imagine that? And can you imagine that? And they just beat the Cubs in the first game of the playoffs. It's crazy.
They're all high round picks. You know what? They're just starting to get them back.
Yeah, no, you're right. Think about it. Listen, Houston was at the bottom forever, and that's how they got good. They drafted, and the kids came up, and now look at them. Now Houston's a force. Listen, a lot of teams had the Twins winning the World Series.
Yep, Kenny. I will say this though, guys.
Hold on, let me read two comments from Kevin Rulli.
Sure.
Jim's going to appreciate this one. Kevin Rulli needs sports during the day from when he's teaching from his kitchen. LOL. You can relate, I'm sure, Jim.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he don't know what he's talking about.
And he did it as a player. He could do it as a coach, referring to Mattingly in New York.
Sure. You know, he could. I think he's just going to be smart and choose not to.
But I'll tell you this, Kenny. How about those? Because I'm telling you this. The Devil Rays look good, man. The Devil Rays. The Blue Jays were hot, right? Blue Jays came in hot, didn't they?
You know what?
The Rays have been hot all year, so that was Beelan.
I think the mistake that the Blue Jays made was not pitching Ryu game one.
Mm-hmm.
You
have our picks?
I do have our picks.
Read through our picks, because I know I got some good ones and some bad ones. And I'm curious how good everybody did in the first round.
And Toronto gets pitching.
Got eliminated.
And
teams eliminated.
Last now, bro, that kid.
Okay,
Come on, Jim.
Petro went Rays, Yankees, Twins, White Sox, Dodgers, Padres, Cubs.
He's going to pull a hamstring going to third.
He's good. He's in there.
So,
I had the Twins winning it all, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have the Twins winning it all, Kenny?
I think so.
Oh my God.
That's like a bracket buster. You can just
He
sit
did.
out and not.
He
not,
did.
You don't. Okay.
I did, but I had them with the Cardinals.
Kenny's
I was like I should have went Cardinals all the way. That's my sleep.
Kenny went Rays, Indians. Kenny went against his Yankees. Rays, Indians, Twins, A's, Dodgers, Cardinals, Marlins, Reds. Jim sent me his. Jim actually sent me a legit
picture.
Full
detailed picture. I'm trying to find that now.
You know what? It's going to be on the same paper that I do my lesson plan, so it's going to look awful familiar. I can tell you, Tampa Bay, Cleveland. I went with the White Sox. I think I went with the Twins, the Dodgers, Padres, Cubs. I went with Cincinnati. Sorry.
I went Yankees. The toughest one was I went Reds over Beelan's Braves. I went Astros, Cubs, White Sox, Rays, Cardinals, Dodgers in that round. So
You went Astros, huh? You're high on those Astros.
Picked them to go to World Series.
Now, hey guys, can I just say something here? And this is a baseball bugaboo. Yankees have runner on third base. Hicks just hit a triple. Nobody out. Cleveland's playing the infield back.
But
this is situational hitting that has killed us all year long.
Oh,
all we have to do is put the ball in play now, and we get a run.
Yeah,
it's all you gotta trust. You gotta trust Luke Voigt should put the ball in play, though, right?
Yeah, if there's no outs, you gotta trust that he's gonna hit a fly ball.
Yeah,
anything, because I could see him striking out, doing something, then Stanton coming up next and striking out. This is situational hitting right here.
Stanton's 2 for 2. Stanton's 2 for 2, 2 home runs, last 2 at bats. Think about
comes
that
the
way.
down and away fastball.
I'm saying curveball, boys.
Here comes curveball. You're right.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, what else you want to do? You want to get into your debate?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little Yankees. We didn't talk about the Yankees Indians. We saved that one for last. We all watched this little presidential debate last night, the comedy show. Well, we're gonna have our own little debate. Kurt's been ranting and raving about the Yankees for weeks and months. Now he's got his chance to debate it on the show, debate the Yankees. He's tagging John Beelan along.
Yes, I am.
On his team.
Sorry, John.
He'll be up against Kurt and against Jim and Petro. I got 5 topics. The rules are simple. Each side's going to have 2 minutes total to talk about the topic. If the other side interrupts, you're going to get muted, and the other side is going to get 30 more seconds, and you're going to lose 30 seconds. And at the end, you'll have 30 seconds to one 30-second response, and that's it. Audience can vote, and I'll do the deciding votes as well, and I'll be partial. I'm a Yankee fan, but I will be partial.
Okay.
I promise I will be fair if it comes down to my vote.
First and
I
third.
am going to start with the first topic. Jim and Petro are going to have 2 minutes to talk about.
Mike, ready? Mike? I feel like
the Yankee pitching.
Will Ferrell in old school.
My question on the Yankee pitching is, do the Yankees have enough pitching to get to the World Series and possibly win the World Series? As a whole, not just starting pitching, as a whole.
Jim, I'll tell you what, we'll do a minute each. You want me to go first or you want to go?
Fire it up.
Okay, they absolutely do, and here is why. Garrett Cole, the way he pitched last night, I think he showed that he is easily almost an immortal lock to win game 1. So you win game 1, you got him in game 4, and by then, if we have Tanaka, we should at least be up 2-1. 2-1 to game 4. If you get him to game 4 and he wins that one, you're up 3-1. I'm sorry, but there's no 3 games in a row against the Yankees, because if we're rolling, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, I do think so, because it all comes down to Garrett Cole. And I think he's the centerpiece to everything, and we haven't had that piece. Even with no rest through. Yes, we do.
Got a little over a minute, Jim.
I think we still need a little bit more pitching. This whole Hap Paxton thing is a little bit, a little scary. depending on what way they're going to go. If they said Paxton was playing catch in the outfield the other day, you know what? I'm not buying that. Let's just count him off the side. Hap's been on a good run. The Garcia kid, the bullpen. The bullpen's rested. From here on in, there are no excuses. Now we're looking at this game. It's 4-1 in the fourth. The Yankees have 2 runners on, nobody out. We can't just hit our way to a championship. We got to pitch a little bit. You know what? 4 runs is not a lot to overcome. Let's see what we do. You know what? But do we have enough pitching to get to the championship? I'm going to say no. I think we're just 1 starter short.
Oh. Got about 30 seconds, Jim or Petro, if you want to add anything.
Did they call that a strike?
What? The one? What? No. 3-1.
On.
No, I walked them.
Guys want to end it, and I'll go to
the other guys. Go the other guys.
Go to the other guys because I see the bead of sweat going down Kurt's eye right now. The Yankees got bases loaded because we're going to tie it up in this inning right now.
Get a fastball.
Kurt Beelan, you're on the clock.
Go ahead,
2 minutes. Start now.
Go ahead, Beelan.
Kurt, you're hot on this. Let's go.
All right, I'll start. Absolutely not. There's no way. I mean, the Yankees are begging. These 2 Yankee fans on here are begging. You got let's get it done tonight. Tanaka almost got knocked out in the first inning. They're only pitching him.
He didn't though.
They got nothing for tomorrow. Absolutely what Jim said. There's no confidence at all. There's no Yankee fan on the earth that's going to say, I got confidence in Hap. Paxton, he's nowhere to be. He's not even in Cleveland, Paxton. He wants no part of this. That was a bust. Hap's a bust. You got to pitch Garcia. This is where you should have went out, got yourself a vet, whether it was Baumgartner, Cueto, for a spot like tomorrow, because you have absolutely no pitching. This team, and again, no excuse. Hey, they got Bieber, but they're the worst. I heard yesterday they're the worst offensive team in the postseason. You can't get this team out. You're going to get no team out. You're going to play the Rays. Honestly, the Yankees might not win a game versus the Rays. Maybe they'll win one. There's no way. The pitching staff is absolutely not. And that's not even getting into the bullpen.
1 minute.
Go ahead, Beelan.
No, I'm just saying you got 1 minute. I'm
gonna say if they lose tonight, as a non-Yankee fan and a Yankee fan, I'd be very scared tomorrow. J.A. Happ, he's okay. Again, he never pitched anybody good this year, so it's not really anything super, super crazy. I do think if he comes in a little bit of trouble or if his high pitches come up in the thing, I think you'll see Garcia come in. I honestly think you'll see him right after that. But I've been saying this all year. Your bullpen sucks. It's really bad. Besides Chapman, it sucks. I wouldn't trust any one of those.
Britton was good.
You got to give him a pass.
Britton was good. I agree with you, John. Losing Canely was killer. It was killer.
30 seconds left.
But like I said, if Hap goes into trouble or high pitch count with him, I think you're going to see Garcia tomorrow, or maybe Montgomery. I don't even know, but you're going to see one of those. I guarantee it's going to Hap's going to go like 4 innings, and then you're going to see Montgomery or Garcia come in, and then something's going to happen. I don't know what. But
Garcia's their best. Garcia's their best chance because like your word, everybody else on that staff is trash. So there's no way you could put your season onto those guys.
10 seconds.
I'd be worried though.
Yeah.
30 seconds response from Jim and Petro. 30 seconds, and then Kurt and Beelan will get to finish it.
You absolutely have to be worried because no one ever wants to play in a win-or-go-home game. But it's kind of tough to throw that on Garcia to go out there when he's never pitched in the postseason ever. And you're like, here's the ball, go ahead and do it. Personally, I think I agree with Beelan. I think it's going to go Hap. They won't go through the order 3 times. I think Hap, if he can get through the order twice, he'll get pulled, and you go Garcia or Montgomery, and then you finish with Chad Green. The good thing is we didn't use any of our arms yesterday.
But we're going to use them tonight.
You're going to use them tonight.
10 seconds.
You're going to use them tonight. You're going to use them tonight. But it's possible that we could see Jordan Montgomery come in this game, and Jordan Montgomery is a starter, and he could – yeah, we could take the lead right now. We got bases loaded, no outs right now.
Right. But
everyone's talking like this game is over.
No. But here's my question.
Guys, I got to end it. Kurt and Beelan, you got 30 seconds to finish this topic.
Kenny, I like your style tonight, Kenny.
Okay, this is the only thing I'm going to – listen, here's my question I guess I would ask you, Beelan, okay, is because I agree with Petro. This game's not over. But the thing is, do you go and try to win it tonight And you could really screw yourself tomorrow by losing a lot of those guys in the bullpen. And then you're really screwed. So, Beelan, what do you do?
It's a 4-1 game.
No. But I'm saying if you're pitching your bullpen tonight, you're not going to have them tomorrow. You might not. So what do you do?
Well, of course you will. Bullpen guys can pitch 2 games in a row. They do it all year.
I gotta end that topic. It was neck and neck until the end. I don't know if anybody in the audience wants to throw their vote in. Pitching's got to go to Jim and Petro. It was neck and neck to the very end. Kurt, you went off topic at the last second there.
Yeah,
about tonight's game. I asked the question. The question was,
but how can they win the debate? They disagreed with each other. Petro said they got pitching.
We weren't talking about tonight's game as a whole. We were talking as a general. So Jim and Petro on the board with the first topic.
Okay.
Jim
really said Jim and Petro.
That's one, Jim.
Okay.
That's one, Jim.
Go ahead.
Kurt and Beelan get to start this topic. Aaron Judge. My question about Aaron Judge is he clutch in the playoffs? And would you take him on your team in a big spot in the playoffs?
Go ahead, Beelan.
Kurt.
Go.
Absolutely not. This panel as a whole, all 4 of you said you're taking Torres, you're taking LeMahieu, you're taking Voit, you're taking absolutely not. Listen, did he hit a home run last night? Yes. He did absolutely nothing else. Nothing tonight. His career has shown strikeout. No way am I taking him in a big spot. There's no proof that he's done it. There's all the proof in the world that he's collapsed and he failed and he choked and he's going to do it throughout this playoff series too.
Petro,
no way.
I don't want to have to give him another extra 30 seconds. Hold your thoughts.
Beelan?
Minute. No.
A little over a minute, about a minute and 15 seconds.
I'd say don't hold me to this because I'm not too sure about this, but 2018 he was pretty clutch. Last year he was not that good.
That's not a swing.
He's batting 235 in his career in the playoffs. 43 strikeouts out of 106 at bats. That's almost a 50% you're going to strike out. I don't think he's clutch, but the older Judge was clutch. I don't know. The Yankees have so much more talent than Judge right now, to be honest with you. I think Judge is just it's a high profile name on the team. And
great point.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think he's just a big. He's solid. Don't get me wrong, he's solid. But I think he's a big marketer for the team. He's the guy.
30 seconds, fellas. Roughly 30 seconds.
But I don't know. It's gonna be. He's not going anywhere.
Yanks! 5-4 Yanks. I'll interrupt this all day.
Who hit it?
Grand Sam.
Come in, Gio.
Hey, John, I'll give you an extra 50 seconds because of the interruption.
Did I not call it?
That's a fair interruption that we stopped for.
No,
Let's go!
Guys.
But
I told you who's my favorite player.
Yes, you did.
I called this too.
But that's not our debate question.
I'll give you guys an extra 20 seconds to get any more comments in, Kurt, about Judge.
Right, go.
Again, what else can you? Beelan just gave the stats: 54 strikeouts. I was it 104 at bats. I mean, come on, like the guy is not clutch. Urshela, Voit, those are the guys you want up. The whole Kenny, you shouldn't even have to ask me and Beelan. The Yankee fans, including you on the panel, put 4 guys above him. Is he clutch?
I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
No way.
Fair
Absolutely
enough.
not.
Listen,
Jim, Petro, you guys are on the clock.
All right, Jim, go ahead because I need to collect my shit.
I'm gonna say this.
Sorry.
I've said this before with this.
Gary Giordano saying, Petro, keep dancing.
I don't think
great.
Aaron Judge is clutch. As a Yankee fan, I like everything he's about. I think he's a good kid. He's a good player. Is he a superstar? They want him to be a superstar. Has he shown that he can do that? Yes, the guy had 52 home runs or something in one season. Is he a clutch hitter right now? No, he's not. And you know what? And if you're a true Yankee fan and not like I'm just going to be let my dreams take me away, you got to be honest about that. He's not a clutch hitter. He ran into one last night. Will I take Voit? Yes. Will I take LeMahieu? Yes. Will I take Gio? Yes. I'll take those guys. You know what? Because, once again, good contact, situational hitting. You know what? Judge, he'll get into one just like Stanton. But when they're good, they're good. But when they're not, they're not. But if they're in the box, they can always have that chance of running into one. But
about a minute left, guys.
Take my guy right there.
Okay. Aaron Judge. Shane Bieber, he's a pretty good pitcher, right?
Yep.
He's going to win the Cy Young this year, right?
Yep.
All year you said, ooh, he's got to do it against a good pitcher.
Yes, he does.
And what did he do? You want to know what he did yesterday?
He had one home run.
Hold on. You're done. I only had 2 questions for you.
Luke, Kurt,
you want to know what he did? You want to know what he did yesterday? He ripped the heart out of that Indian team because all day, all I heard, Shane Bieber, he pounds righties. He's unhittable against righties. He gave up 1 earned run in the first inning all year this year. 1. Aaron Judge took the 4th pitch over the fence, and that was it. Cleveland was done after that. They were done. And you want to know what just happened just now? They're done now, too. Okay. Because they just thought that they were so comfortably up 4-0, and the game is over. Aaron Judge ripped the heart out of them, and that's what he does. I don't care about what he did for the rest of the game. He did his job yesterday, as far as I'm concerned. He did exactly what we needed him to do.
So he's clutch now?
He came out.
About 20 seconds, Kurt. One more comment.
Now, hold on.
We're going to have an extra 30 seconds.
Just like how we said it before when we were debating about LeBron James. Obviously, I'm going to take the hot hand. So I'm not going to take Aaron Judge over a Luke Voigt who's crushing the ball, a DJ LeMahieu who just won the damn batting title. Okay? But
gotta finish it up, Petro. You got about 10 seconds.
But I'm sorry. After DJ LeMahieu and Luke Voigt, there's a guy on second base. Yeah, I'm going to take Aaron Judge because, like Beelan said, I've seen him. I've been at Yankee Stadium in the playoff games, and I've seen Aaron Judge get big hits. So, it's strikeout. But you know what? When that dude hits the ball, he hits the ball. And he drives.
I got to go to the other guys for 30 seconds, and then you guys will be able to finish the 30 seconds.
Again, you could say home run, just like, again, we're going to get into that's a fantasy league. Oh, he hit it 600 feet. Doesn't matter. He struck out the next time 9 times. There's no way, Yankee fans, I'm sorry. You're lying on the air if you're saying, hey, I want Judge up, down 1. We need a base hit. No, you don't. Urshela, Tachman, I don't want him up at bat. Come on, it's a strikeout. He's either going to home or a strikeout. That's not clutch. And he's home 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Nope, sorry. Not me.
He had 2 strikeouts yesterday.
Not me.
John, anything before I go finish it with Petro and Jim?
I would just say he's not my third. I'd probably say he's 4, maybe pushing 5. I just think these younger guys like Torres and Gio, for example, can come up more clutch than he can.
Guys, 30 seconds to wrap up.
Listen, again, I completely agree, Jim, and I know Jim. We all agreed with each other. Listen, I mean, obviously the first choice. I think out of anybody in baseball, I think they would take DJ LeMahieu, not just Aaron Judge. It's obviously DJ LeMahieu and Luke Voigt. He just led the majors in home runs. We probably got number 1 and number 2 in AL MVP voting on our team.
Right, so he's not. So he's right. So he's not even the best player on the team.
No more. No, Kurt. No. You had your say.
No, hold on. Why? Because Luke Voigt hit 21 home runs. You can't go both sides of it. You can't say because you don't want home runs, but then Luke Voigt hit 21 home runs.
Cleveland's going to the pen again.
Yeah, because they suck, and we just ripped the heart out of them.
That's going to wrap up the Aaron Judge. I did go to the audience on this topic, and I got a vote for Kurt and John on this one. So we are tied at 1-1 right now.
There we go, Beelan.
All right, Jim and Petro. This one's very simple.
Higashioka,
Brett Gardner or Aaron Hicks? Who would you rather have in your lineup if you can only have one?
Well, Kenny, I think to be fair, I think it's more likely either Gardner or Frazier, though. No,
Gardner or who?
Or Frazier? No,
Gardner or Frazier. But a better question.
Well, I was throwing Hicks because of. This is going towards Kurt's debate for months now. Hicks and Gardner. He'd rather have Gardner.
Okay. Here's my thing about Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks yesterday, his swing, rough. But you know what Aaron Hicks does? He takes a lot of pitches. The guy got on base, walked twice, and got brought in both times because he does his job. He's a switch hitter, and we needed, yesterday in particular, we needed a lefty bat in our lineup because Shane Bieber is apparently unhittable against righties. He certainly didn't look unhittable yesterday, but you need that lefty bat to change up the lineup. We're a dominant righty team. So you got to have, in my opinion, you got to have Gardner and Hicks in our lineup when righties are on the mound because you need at least two lefties to just change it up a little bit. If you get Jim, you're a pitcher. If you see righty all the way through, you're going to get in a rhythm. You got to change it up.
Got about a minute left, guys.
Hey, the other thing too, which I mean, let's be honest here, Yankee fans. Clint Frazier last week was batting fourth in our lineup, and he's on the bench right now. You know what? So that tells you all you need to know about what they think about Gardner and matchups and analytics. The dude was batting fourth. Is he a butcher in the outfield? 100%. Every fly ball, he looks like he's swatting bees out of the way before he catches the ball. He's a butcher, but the guy can hit. You know what? But the analytics department comes down and says Gardner's got to play. There's righties on the mound. It's Bieber. It's Carrasco. Let's start Gardner, bat him down the bottom of the lineup. Last night he produced. You know what? Tonight, once again, there he is getting on base, doing some things. Gardner is a far superior left fielder. So, once again, depending on what we go with, and you can only pick one, you know what? It's hard to say. They play two different positions. Hicks is going to be in center field. It would be a righty-lefty matchup. If Gardner's going to stay hot, they're going to leave him out there in left field.
Yeah. I was just going to say that to close out the season in his last, I think it was his last 18 at-bats, Frazier was over 18. Gardner in his last 18 at-bats, he's been batting like 400. So it's again, baseball is the kind of thing you got to roll with the hot hand. And
you got to wrap it up in 10 seconds.
Another big thing is you got Brett Gardner. He's that veteran that you kind of want in the lineup to we're a very young team. You know, as much as I love Frazier grew on me a lot. He's got to wait his turn. And I think he understands that. He's going to have the opportunity to play. But
I got to go to Kurt Beelan for 2 minutes, and then we got to just get the last two.
By the way, Verrilli said breaking news: Broncos will have the entire cast of South Park in the stands. They had a bunch of them the other day, but
they had the whole thing. The whole thing.
I know.
The whole show was in the stands. It was awesome.
By the way, I don't know if you guys DVR'd it tonight, but I'm saying South Park had a pandemic special tonight. I DVR'd it. I want to watch that. But Beelan, start with Aaron Hicks.
Kurt, before you start, first and second, nobody out.
Right.
Barry Sanchez pop up the short right.
Yeah.
Once again, there's our situational hitting.
Yep.
First and second, nobody out.
Terrible.
That's not a productive out.
Nope.
Take it, Kurt.
Nope.
God,
Go ahead, Beelan. You take it, Beelan.
I'll just say this. I think I'm gonna go a little different here. And it's a debate. Hicks, we went over this. Hicks and Gardner are like the same two type of people in the playoffs. Gardner is a little bit better, but Clint Frazier probably should have played. He probably should have started, and I think him not he has to, like Petro said, he has to wait. Why? Luke Voigt just walked into his position. I mean, Clint Frazier could he play first base.
Mm-hmm.
He could easily be a DH, but you're not going to do that because Stanton's healthy. You're not going to put your $300 million guy on the bench who sucks, you know. So I don't know. I don't believe in that. I think just the presence of the experience from been there for so long. It's good with the younger team, like Petro said, but I do think that Clint Frazier should be playing, and if he's not playing, if he doesn't play this much in the playoffs, if I'm him, man, he needs to go somewhere. His opportunity is.
I've got roughly a minute.
So I don't know.
All right, I'll take this from here. I mean, listen, I'm not saying Petro's wrong for the lefty thing, but listen to me. You can get a list of get somebody. The guy's playing because Brian Cashman made the trade and he's force-feeding it to whatever manager is managing that team. If Coach Sickinger was managing that team, he'd say Aaron Hicks is batting third. And you know what? Aaron Hicks is batting 183 in the postseason. That guy, I don't care, lefty, righty, you're out of your mind. What the hell is he going to do?
Time out, Kurt. Hold on. This is your clutch at bat right here, isn't it?
Flew out to right.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Get him out. One pitch, get him out. Hey, he didn't strike out. Hey, he didn't strike out. There we go, Judge.
Kurt, by the way, I paused your time, Kurt, because we got.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You know what?
By the way,
you have about 40 seconds.
You got to be joking. Listen to me. Listen.
You still have 40 seconds.
Just like when you watch the It Factor and we talk about quarterbacks and it's like Mahomes is it. I'm not going to say Gardner has it, but Aaron Hicks has nothing. 183. I mean, you got to be joking. And that's good. What did he bat this year? Did he even get 200? And he's batting third? Get any lefty bat. You could go for the trade deadline and get a guy that's breathing that's going to do more than him. It's because Cashman traded for him, and he has to show a reason. I got Aaron Hicks. Well, you know what? That's another dumb move that you made because he stinks. If you look at all postseason teams, okay, all of them, I'd say,
then you'll have
there's
30
at least
seconds to wrap it up.
There's at least 75% of that team that he wouldn't start on postseason teams. He's a bum. He should not be on the rock. He should not be starting in any of these playoff games. Terrible. Gardner, any time of the day.
All right, time. Jim Petro, 30 seconds to respond, and then Kurt and Beelan can finish it.
He just agreed with my point. The only reason why you got to have Hicks in the lineup is because you need a lefty in the lineup.
Not that lefty. Get any lefty.
What lefty?
Go get one. Go get one.
But that's not the question. We're talking about right now on the Yankees.
Gardner.
Yesterday, game one, Gardner was in the lineup. Those are our two lefties. So I don't know what the arguing here. And Aaron Hicks got on base twice yesterday and got driven in both times yesterday. That is a productive day. On base.
By the way,
getting driven in.
Gary Giordano said that Cedar Grove Comcast is way behind, brother.
Well, he's on the iPad. He's probably on the iPad.
It's facts. The facts were right there in front of you. Aaron Hicks, he got on base both times, and he got driven in both times. There's no debate here. He did his job.
A lot of game left.
I got to give you guys 30 seconds to finish it, Kurt.
Again, I mean, it's just the eye test. Like, you guys talk about it again. Who do you guys want up? You're down one, runner on second, you need a base hit. My money and my career is going on Gardy than Aaron Hicks. I would want, listen, I might want Judge before I want Hicks. And that's how much confidence I have in Judge. I have 0 in Hicks. Gardner, any day of the week. Proven leader, proven winner. Aaron Hicks has done nothing in his career, hasn't won anything. Again, it's because Cashman's throwing him down Boone's throat. Go ahead, Beelan.
Well, I got to wrap it up. I got 5 seconds. Okay. But I got to tell you, I went to the audience. The audience said Kurt and Beelan, but I disagreed. I would have went with Jim and Petro because Jim brought up the one thing no one else brought up that Kurt and Beelan didn't bring up. You're bringing up the 183 average, but Jim brought up defense for Gardner. So it wasn't all about hitting.
He's batting third.
All around.
They're batting him third.
But the audience went Kurt and Beelan, so I got to go with the audience.
Thank you.
Kurt and Beelan gets that one.
Hey, you know what? Thank you for not bringing up the Higashioka Sanchez because I think I would have an aneurysm. I don't know why Sanchez is catching tonight. And you know what? The other thing?
Because he's force-feeding him down their throats too, Jim.
If we get a lead, don't be surprised if you see Higashioka come in and catch the end of the game.
I think if Tanaka gets pulled to start an inning, Higashioka will be out there catching.
Yeah, because
that's what I think.
How fast do you want to do these, Kurt? We're a little over time. Do you want to cut it down to 1 minute each?
Yeah, real quick. Yep.
All right. So, John and Kurt, you're up first on this one. Yankees infield or the Indians infield? Who do you want?
As what, though? Defensively?
As a whole. Hitting defense overall.
I'm going to take the Yankees because LeMahieu is part of that. So LeMahieu is the best player on either team. So I'm going to. It's mine simple. I'm taking the Yankees. You got Torres, LeMahieu, Voit, like Petro said, has been an MVP. You're going to take Gio at third. That's easy for me. I'm going to go Yankees.
Yeah, it's easy. It's the Yankees. It's easy because, like, again, it's got LeMahieu there. If say LeMahieu wasn't there, you could push for the Indians. But it's the infield's strong. Outfield sucks, but infield's strong.
The Yankees led the major leagues in errors. We're not.
Glaber had 9. Glaber had 9 of them.
Yeah, we're not
9 in 40 games.
Voigt's a butcher too. Voigt's a butcher at first base, whether or not he has foot injuries or not. We are not a good defensive team. And let me tell you something. These Indian hitters are pesky. They get in there, work the count, and they hit the baseball well. They're not an easy out by any stretch of the imagination. This thing's far from over.
Let me ask you this, though. Coach, let me ask you this, though. The errors, were they throwing errors or were they fielding errors? Because to me, a throwing error, just in my mind, is not a defensive error. That's like you just being – you can't accurate. Like defensive errors, like ground ball bouncing up around, like whatever.
I'm pretty sure Glaber's were more of him booting ground balls.
It was a pretty good combo. They brought John, you bring up a good point too, and this is something that has to be discussed. That you hear defensive team error. You know what? Sometimes like when the ball falls between people, or situations like that, instead of just because the pitcher gets penalized for a lot of the defense, there should be just sometimes team defense and team errors. And also too, you got to count all that butchery behind the plate to Gary. Pass balls and wild pitches.
I'm going to wrap this one up real quick. Anybody else want to make a final 10-second comment on this?
Yeah, Yankees were top in the league this year.
I know you did.
Yeah, we were. It was bad. And like I said, think about it. Glaber played 40 games, and he had an error he had 9 errors. That's bad. But I'm gonna only disagree with Jim just because I think as a whole, as a complete infield, the Yankees are they just get ahead in almost every category outside of fielding.
Here's my final thought on this.
I got Kevin really saying errors and error. Good point. He's got the Indians. I don't know with a vote. I think just to make this interesting and go to the fifth, you guys were neck and neck there. I'm going to go Jim and Petro on this one. So we'll go to the fifth and deciding topic to see who wins this debate.
Okay.
Simple.
Oh, what a play by Tanaka.
Simple question. Petro, we're going to start it off 1 minute total. You guys
you're like 30 seconds ahead of me, Mike.
Overall thoughts and predictions for the Yankees in the playoffs.
Who wants to go? Want me to go?
I'll start with Jim and Petro. You guys get 30 seconds each. So whoever wants to start, you all get a chance.
I'm not scared of the Rays, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what happened in the regular season. No. You know why? You want to know why? Because as a real Yankee fan, October, it's a whole new season. What happened in the past? None of that matters. It doesn't mean shit. It's a new, fresh start. Garrett Cole in those 3 games was awful. Oh my God, what's wrong with Garrett Cole? What's wrong with Garrett Cole? There must be something wrong with him. He's pitching terrible. Well, I'm going to take my chances with Garrett Cole winning Game 1 against the Rays any day, and we're going to win the World Series. I'm telling you right now, we're going to win the World Series.
Gary Giordano said yes. Petro, yes. Jim, you want to?
Yes.
Seconds?
You know what? Yeah, just real fast. This just harkens back to a 13-year-old Jim Sickinger running home from school to watch the Yankees and Red Sox play that extra game with the transistor radio and the thing in your ear in school and running home. You got playoff baseball during the day. This is awesome. This is what we all signed up for, every single one of us. Even Mr. Bronco, he has nothing to root for. So I've never heard him talk so much baseball. Mm-hmm. You know what? We signed up for this, guys. This is awesome. Let it roll. Let it roll.
All I had to say was debate, Jim. All I had to say was debate, and that's how you get Kurt to talk baseball. Guys, 30 seconds each. Who wants to go first?
Kurt.
I'll go. I believe they're going to win this series. They're going to play the Rays. I do believe they're going to lose to the Rays probably in 6 games. The Rays have one of the best pitching in baseball. And
5. I think it's 5. I think it's 5, Beelan. It's 5-game series.
It's 5.
Yeah. First one's 5. 3, 5, 7, 7.
So I'll go down to 5 games. So I don't know. I think it's going to come down to the pitching. I don't think it's the hitting. I think both teams can hit. But the Rays are the ERA top 3, saves, wins, shutouts, Ks to baseball. They're all in the top 5. So and like I said all year, your bullpen sucks. But if they come through, they can win. But I think the Rays are your kryptonite, and and this is not really true playoff baseball because there's no fans. You're not really home. It's different. And plus, after the fact, you're going to Houston. So
right?
To me, it's not playoff baseball. It's just like scrimmage.
Kurt, you get the final 30 seconds.
My final word is enjoy it. I picked it. Some people, Kenny, you didn't even pick the Yankees in this round. The Yankees, I don't know if they'll win tonight, but, they will get by these Indians, but the Yankees are done. The Yankees might win 1 game versus Tampa Bay. It's, again, another colossal failure. I don't want to hear anybody on this panel. Well, we're young with this. Your World Series or bust, and you're going to bust again because you haven't built the pitching. Somebody just mentioned it in a comment. Virilli, pitching. You don't have it. You're trying to get out of this series with the Indians and getting Tanaka for whatever you can. You got nothing tomorrow. You got nothing after these guys. The Rays are going to just wipe the floor. You may win 1. Because you don't have the pitching, and that's all on Brian Cashman. You had years of failures. Paxton, Haps, not getting Verlander, getting Sonny. It destroyed you, and you know what? You never fixed it.
I got to finish it, Kurt, 10 seconds, and then I got to go to Petro for
no
15,
pitching.
And then
Listen,
you guys can finish it up.
like Beelan said, it's all about pitching. Coach Sickinger said it too. You don't have it. The Rays are going to expose you. The Yanks are done next round in 5.
Go ahead, Petro. 15 seconds, and then I'll give them one last 15-second response.
If we don't win this game and we don't have any pitching, how do you have us winning tomorrow? I'm just
I don't
curious.
think Cleveland's a good team, but you shouldn't even be struggling with Cleveland.
Plesac isn't a good pitcher now. He's not good.
Well, why is he not pitching tonight? Carrasco's better than Plesac?
Maybe the debate is over, but we could still continue. So anything that's said now does not count in the voting.
Kenny, solid job by you tonight. You should have done last night.
Yeah.
Petro, that was a strikeout.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm giving it to Jim.
That was a strikeout.
So Jim's comment with the transistor radio. And Kurt, you blew it at the end by saying the Indians are a terrible team.
You guys remember the radio with the little
Shane Bieber was
Aaron Hicks
at under 2 ERA, and Carrasco. If the Yankees still aren't by this game, it's a 5-4 game, only in the 5th.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you a question, Mr.
Game's
Moderator.
Wait
a minute.
You're saying Plesac isn't a good.
Wait a minute, Mr. Moderator. If I said to you.
I got one question.
Well, no, I got a question.
I haven't had a chance to talk. Let me just ask you a question and then you can response. You can respond.
Chris.
The Indians aren't a good team, but they had the best pitcher in baseball, Triple Crown winner in Shane Bieber.
Timeout.
Number one. Number 2, Carrasco tonight against Tanaka. When it was 4-0, the Yankees are done. Now it's 5-4. It's a different story. And number 3, tomorrow Jay Happ is supposed to be garbage. But we're going to beat Plesac if we lose tonight.
Okay, so let me just ask you this one question. Because if I said to you, you have to play the Astros, the Twins, the White Sox, the A's, the Blue Jays, or the Rays, or the Indians in a series, you're not going to pick the Indians? The Indians can't hit. They can't hit.
How far do I have the Indians going? I had the Indians beating the Yankees because of the pitching.
Get in the gap!
They got Lindor, one of the best players in baseball. Ramirez.
Okay.
Right over the plate, man.
Damn it. When I see Petro doing the happy dance.
All joking aside, Kurt, this game's far from over. And you can't tell me the Indians are a bad team.
I'm not saying they're a bad team.
Think about it this way. Think about it this way. As bad as Tanaka started, Tanaka's still in the game.
Well, you got to pitch Tanaka.
Carrasco. Why?
Because you have nothing else. What are you going to go to? You got to pitch him.
But we're somehow going to win tomorrow.
Right. What? But you have to. You have to. You can't use tomorrow tonight.
Jim, you know me as an honest guy, right?
Jim, would you pitch him, Jim?
You know me as an honest guy, right, Jim?
You are.
I swear to you on my mother and father's grave, I said whoever wins this series, in my head, I didn't say this on the air, I didn't say this to Kurt in a text. Whoever wins this series, Indians, Yankees, is going to the World Series.
You're smoking drugs. Something you're smoking.
There it is.
Why is that? Shane, why not? Why is that? The Indians got the pitching. All it takes is pitching because Houston had Garrett Cole and Verlander. How'd that work out?
Oh, come on. You're gonna say to me the Indians have a better hitting than Correa and Altuve.
No. Your point is pitching.
By the way, how'd that go? Remember, they're so bad. Remember, the Astros are bad. We'll see this year. They're in. They're advanced.
Petro, he's going to change the subject when he knows.
Mikey Stan.
Petro, he's going to change the subject.
Oh! Kurt, there's another clutch in that.
He changed when it was 4-0. The Indians were a good team. Now it's 5-4. They're not good.
Jim, I've said this from day one. You can go back to every show. Stanton's a better player than Aaron Judge. I would take Stanton any day of the week. Any day of the week. Any day of the week.
We're signing off tonight.
Any day of the week.
Off.
That's that Drew Lock.
We're signing off.
He's not, Jim? He's not?
No, Stanton's not better than Judge.
No?
You're out of your mind.
10 years ago? 10 years ago, maybe. 8 years ago.
But do you realize this? Think about this. Last year in a playoff series, okay? Now think about this.
6-4, Jim.
Think about this, Jim. Last year in a playoff series, they were intentionally walking or pitching around batters to get to Aaron Judge.
When was that happening?
In the Houston series.
Our good friend from high school, Kevin Verrilli, said the Indians are solid.
Everybody's solid. They're in a playoff.
You just said they stink.
Well, they're the worst team in the American League playoff bracket.
Hey,
That's what I'm
far
saying.
time are we going right now?
Yeah, I know. We're late, Kenny. Finish off. What do you got?
I got Yankees. If they win today, they go to the World Series.
Okay.
Amen. Let's go. All right, I'm going to get my recliner so I can watch the next 6 innings before I start drooling.
I'm going to watch some NBA hoops.
Lakers were down 14.
They're up now.
And now they're up 17.
Yeah, that's over.
Boy, come on.
That's over.
Petro, Lake Show.
Basics of baseball, Jim. You're going to see the play in a second.
Guys, don't worry about games tomorrow night. Watch the Broncos-Jets Toilet Bowl, 8:15 tomorrow night.
What did my man Gio do?
Oh, God.
You're way behind.
Voigt's hurt.
Voigt leaving?
Voigt's hurt.
Still got those foot issues.
Oh, please.
Nah, he's had the foot issue the whole week. He's all right.
All right, boys. Great show.
Right now.
He got his foot stuck in the grass.
Fun. Let's do another one of these debates.
I love these debates.
Next week when the Yankees are playing the Rays, we'll have debate number 2.
I like it.
Kudos to Kenny Kirkpatrick for moderating this thing.
Great job,
Great
Kenny.
job, brother.
Great job. See you guys later.